in northern San Diego County, and today it is home of round number 5 of the AMA NGPC series. It's gonna be a show, because if 5.5 miles of fury was not enough, how about Mother Nature pouring buckets and buckets of water on this race course this morning? Hello everybody, I'm Jack Rapella alongside Mark Tilley. We are in for some very intriguing horsepower theater. We're going to find out who a mud rider is here today.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a interesting race for sure. Lots, like you said, Mother Nature coming into effect. Dumping rain last night. Not just throwing rain out there, dumping rain on top of all of the motorhomes and on the track. We've had people on the track earlier today, and now we're ready for the pros.
We got tons of storylines to talk about. Can Dante Olivera keep his perfect season going? Can Sam Prechar and Team SLR Honda extend it in Pro 2? Will Moto KK get off the schneid after losing a race to Ava Sylvestri? A lot to talk about, and like I said, we're going to find out who really is talented when it comes to mud races. If you're watching this from the East Coast, you might be like, oh, big deal, we're used to this. Not out here. It's incredibly rare to get this much rain in April, and a lot of these riders are desert racers. I talked to Dalton Shiree. He's got really no mud experience whatsoever. He says, I run Baja, I run Vegas to Reno. I'm not used to this. So we will see what happens here in a little bit with some of the most talented Grand Prix racers in the world. There they are, just moments away from call-ups.
Yeah, and I think what we're going to do after Jack leaves the studio and goes down to do the call-ups down on the line, I think we're going to take a look at the track and see just exactly what these racers are going to be going into. Like we said earlier, there is or has been multiple people on the track, from 60cc riders, 50cc riders, to the amateurs we just saw on the Racing Jack YouTube. They've been circulating around this course, maybe not on the entire course, but there's been 2 other classes on the entire course that we're going to take a look at here pretty soon. There is motocross section, there's an off-road section. We are utilizing the vet track of the Paula circuit. So here we go. We're going to take the 1-800-DENT doc is going to take us around for a track preview. So this is the off-road section. This is, naturally, you are seeing what it looked like yesterday. So it's going to be a lot different than this today. The track has dried out a lot, but this is the off-road section that comes out off of the motocross section, kind of goes across the top here. There is embedded rocks. There's again, there is going to be a little bit more moisture in the ground today than there was yesterday. And then this is coming back onto a flat plateau where you see, if you watch the Fox AMA Pro National, this is usually, a lot of this section is used for parking, where they come into the flat sections, but this year they've slowed it down a little bit, built up some berms, so not as many flat corners, but slowed it down to where there isn't wide open sections across this flat field, kind of making it maybe a little bit more racer friendly, but then they kind of come across these flat areas, and then they'll work their way up into some of the hill sections in the back that we see in the back of the area right there. So lots going on the track. So we're going to, right now, we're getting ready to call up some of the pro guys. We'll call up the top 10, I believe, in the 250 class and in the 450 class. Riders like Dante Olivera and Dare DeBarntil, Mason Simmons in the 450 class. And then we're going to be looking at riders like Dustin Davis, the new rookie in the 250 class, along with Sam Prechar and Cole Zeller also in that 250 class. So as you can see, lots of track work going on, still standing water behind the gate. This is another one of the unique rounds for the NGPC series that will start behind a gate. So that gate, the 30-second card will go sideways. The guy will walk off to the side, and then the green flag will go up and go flat. And anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds after that, the gate will drop. So again, another unique round. Usually it's just a flag start, and there's a light that goes from green to red.
Redwood City, California. Ladies and gentlemen, coming off a win last round, looking to keep the momentum up. Let's hear it for the 454 Ava Sylvestri. Starting in the number 3 spot today out of the Mojave Valley, Arizona, she rides a Husqvarna FC 250 out of Knuckles Up Rainers Racing. Here's Dana Rayner. And that leads us to our Pro 2 category. Point leader this year. What a season he is having on a Honda CRF 250RX out of Monster Energy SLR Honda, all the way from Gogo, Australia. Say hello to Sam Pachira. Starting in the number 2 spot today out of Oak Hills, California, and Husqvarna FC 250, the son of a Hall of Famer, coming off his first AMA NGPC win. Let's hear it for Zip Tie Racing's Dustin Davis. Out of Barstow, California, on a Yamaha YZ250, the only competitor bold enough to race a 2-stroke here today for Simi Valley Cycles Yamaha, the 631 of Cody Simpson. Starting in the number 4 spot today, out of FMF RPM KTM Racing, very talented young individual from Murrieta, California. Here's Cole Zeller. In the number 5 spot today, out of Auburn, California, rider of the Gas EX250F from Factory Gas, here's Lane Lorenzo.
Sure, we're going to go into after this.
In the number 6 spot, this man comes from Tucson, Arizona, rides for the FMF RPM KTM Racing Team. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Noah Gordon. Starting in the number 7 spot today out of Barstow, California, on a KTM 250 XCF for Mark Tilley's Dirt Bike Magazine Race Team, IWC Tire Pros. Here is Harlem Nelson. Starting in the number 8 spot today, all the way from Bellingham, Washington, for FMF RPM KTM Racing. Ladies and gentlemen, here's JJ Concannon.
Because we were talking with Ross.
In the number 9 spot on a Kawasaki KX250 for Pro Circuit Off-Road Precision Coatings Kawasaki. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Cowboy, Colton Eck. And rounding out your top 10 today from Highland, California, on a KTM 250 XCF for DT Racing FXR, here's Justin Patton. And ladies and gentlemen, that leads us to our Open Pro category as we turn our attention to one of the biggest stars in the sport. This man comes from Hollister, California, rider of the KTM 450 XCF for Factory Red Bull. FMF KTM, fresh off his win at the 2-Stroke Nationals. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to your 6-time defending AMA NGPC champion, Dante Olivera. Starting in the number 2 spot today from Lincoln, California, rider of the Beta 450 Liquid Moly Beta Factory Racing, led here last year. Say hello to the 200 of Deer D. Martil. Starting in the number 3 spot today from Hollister, California, coming off a podium performance, this man rides the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna 450. Here's the 831 of Mateo Olivera. And in the number 4 spot today, the defending Pro 2 champion on a KTM 450 XCF for FMF RPM KTM Racing, all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Here is Mason Simmons. Starting in the number 5 spot today on a Husqvarna FX 450 out of Norman Racing, TRE Husqvarna out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Here is Shane Logan. Starting in the number 6 spot today, not on a Kawasaki, but on a gas, last minute change. This talented racer comes all the way from Italy. Say hello to the 18 of Giacomo Redondi. Starting in the number 7 spot today out of Utah on a Honda CRF 450 for Monster SLR Honda. Here is the 24 of Tyler Lynn. Starting in the number 8 spot today on a 226 Husqvarna, here is Damon Woolslayer. And in the number 9 spot on a Pro Circuit Kawasaki, the Desert Star. Let's hear it from the 46 of Dalton Shirey. In the number 10 spot today on a 239 Yamaha, say hello to the one, the only Hayden Flores. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your starting lineup. Good luck to all of our racers today as we send it back up to Mark Tilley up in the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Jack. It looks like a stacked field for both the 250 Pros and the 450 Pros. Right now, I think we're going to go to the national anthem. All right, and we're ready to go racing here at Fox Raceway on the grounds of the Paula Mission Indians. Lots of unknowns on this one going into this race course. Mother Nature blessed us with lots and lots of rain last night. Been multiple races on the course as of yet, and lots of mud and debris out there. So we're going to get started here. We're probably about 5 minutes away, maybe from a start. I know riders getting their last instructions, mechanics telling them what they're going to do. The nerves are going, and then that gate's going to drop, and all that stuff goes away, and it's all about racing. So looking forward to lots of really good racing for an hour and a half. Going to see a little bit of pit strategy going on. I know that pit boss Bob is down there in the Mason Simmons pits, and we will see some pit strategy out of him for sure. Lots of points on the line for the 250 class. Cole Zeller and Sam Pritchard going at it for that. But right now we're going to do some rider lineups again with Tyler Belknap, Tyler Lynn, Damian Woolslayer, Dante Olivera, Mateo Olivera, Dalton Shirey, Giacomo Redondi, Hayden Flores, Dare DeMartil, and Mason Simmons in the Open Pro class. And then the 250 Pro class, we will have, and then we have Cody Simpson, Tank Sumners, Dustin Davis, Harlem Nelson, one of the Dirt Bike Magazine test riders. Looking forward to seeing what he can do in these conditions. Justin Patton, Cole Zeller, Colton Ake, Noah Gordon, David Fry, and Ryan Binford. Then in the women's pro class, we have Michaela Nielsen, Dana Renoir, and Ava Sylvestri. Now, last round, Ava Sylvestri was able to get a win straight up at the Steed MX round. It was a little bit more of a kind of a West Coast Grand Prix type event, but Ava's been doing really good in all of her classes that she's racing. Right now, in starting grid for the plus 25 Junior A, we have Nick Stover, Christopher Gill, Trevor Hunter, and then starting for the two-stroke A, Aiden Edgar, Maverick Alloway, and Jacob Friedmanstad. Starting roster for the four-stroke A class, we have Kai Hunter, Kodiak Lehman, Tyler Price, Joaquim Vasquez, Brennan Watson, who has been on a tear lately, Cody Moore, Low Lord, Tegan Whalen, Jesse Miller, and Gavin Dugan. So that looks like everybody that's going to be on track set to do battle as we wait for Jack to get back up to the booth. We might be doing a little bit more searching around to that drone to see what's going on. And is the real question is, can anybody knock Dante Olivera off of his throne? He is, like we said, a 6-time champion of this series, and really has looked at times this year to be pretty much unbeatable. I know he always finds a way to be in the right position to make the right moves to get to that checkered flag first. So far, there has been some riders that have been on the cusp of being able to beat him, but nobody's been able to beat it so far. And we got Jack running down from the starting line to come and join me in the booth. Usually it's me running around.
Man, thank you very much. How about our Craig Hunter? He brings me down there and doesn't give me a ride back. Then he says, we do have a live broadcast here, but you did well. Thanks so much. And it's always fun getting down there, doing those starting lineups and talking to some of the teams. I got a little bit of information on the walk back. Bob Bell says he's telling everybody to stiffen up the suspension because the bikes are going to get so heavy. Try to knock some of that mud off. Here in pit stops are going to happen about an hour in per the norm. So we'll see. Should be interesting. Now, the track has dried out a lot more thoroughly than it was about 2 hours ago. So that should help these riders big time, but there's still some quagmires out there.
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it on the drone cam, and even right there, there's still standing water on the start line. So again, what do you think, Jack? Can anybody knock off Dante Olivera?
Boy, if there was ever a chance, you would think today would be it, because I know Dante says that he's well-versed when it comes to mud races because of 6 days, but I don't want to take anything away from Dante because he's proven me wrong in every single way, shape, and form that he excels in every single skill set. But if there is a guy in this field that maybe is a better mud racer, maybe Dare is a better mud racer than Dante, maybe Mateo is. We'll find that out today.
I think the one wild card is gonna be Mason Simmons.
Yeah,
Mason has kind of shown in some of the other series he's doing a little bit of extra speed here lately. Mason, like Dante, has gone back and raced the GNCC series that really it's 99% mud and 1% dry. is kind of what you allude to is back in your area. So I think Mason, if he can get out there, I know he was looking forward to these conditions. So if he can get out there, maybe get some confidence and get a start. He is on the inside, and what we've seen on the inside is it gets really, really deep about halfway down.
Yes, it does.
So if he can keep that gas going and keep going, but I think Mason is the wild card in this one.
Yeah, and he's a tall guy, too. We know tall guys tend to do well in the mud. They tend to have a little bit of an advantage. They can use those long legs. Derek DiMartile, he got the whole shot last year. Can he get it again this year? He told me it's going to be vitally important. Gave me a few other nuggets, but we're about to go racing from a beautiful day here in Southern California. Fox Raceway, round 5 of the AMA NGPC series. Let's drop the gate. Into turn 1 we go.
Man.
Dante Olivera like a rocket. Shot out of a cannon. Does he? No, who's on the inside?
That looks like Dare.
Dare DiMartile played a game of chess out there. It looked like Dante had the edge. Dare turns the corner. This is exactly what the Factory Beta team wanted.
And I believe that's Mason in second. He's battling with Dante right now for kind of third.
Dare to the outside. Yeah, great battle as this shapes up. You're right, Mason showing a lot of aggression. Dante back at third. Here comes our second gate drop. This will be the Pro 2 category. Keep an eye on the 87. Left side of your screen, that's your point leader, Sam Pritchira. Fistful of throttle we go. Bar to bar into turn 1. We're staying clean. That's good news.
Looks like Dustin.
Dustin Davis, the Tour's most recent winner. Wow. And, oh, man, I jinxed him. I shouldn't. Look at that. I said we were staying clean. We did have a problem at the back of the pack, but earlier today when we first got going, we had all types of problems. You can tell the track's in much better condition. Right now, that looks like
that's Dustin Davis out front, Sam Pritchard in second, and that's Cody Simpson, the YZ250 two-stroke in the field right now.
Spoke to him at length, and, he is super courageous, but he told me straight up, he said, I'm at a disadvantage today. He feels like he's going to be really clutching that two-stroke, as the 4-strokes will probably hook up a little bit better. Mark, you might have to help him. I got an assignment for you. We'll talk about that in just a second. For now, let's see if Michaela, Moto KK Nielsen, and Ava Sylvestri battle this out. 2 young ladies who I learned will be competing in Pro Motocross WMX. Ava says she's going to do it this year as well. Michaela Nielsen, too. She got the whole
Ava looks like she's out front.
Ava gets the whole shot. But here comes Moto KK. We've got a battle. SLR Honda alongside this Husqvarna. There goes Moto KK putting those motocross skills on display. Able to jump a little harder, a little further on that tabletop. Ava to the outside. Moto KK to the inside. Boy, it would be nice to see these two battle for a few laps, wouldn't it?
Well, and Ava's definitely stepped up the game. She's in the National Hare and Hound and West Coast Hare Scramble. She's doing great. And this is going to be the next generation. This is the next generation of the next generation that we just showed on the Racing Jack YouTube channel. A lot of those riders were there last year or maybe even the year before. And I believe that's Low Lord out front right now. We did a feature on him a couple years ago. Whoa! And that's Brennan Watson. That's Dustin Davis's teammate from the high desert, but Brennan coming in really strong. I believe the last couple races he has been the victor in this class.
It seems this uncertain, inconsistent soil is throwing some curveballs to these racers. As you can tell, that's kind of affecting. Some people are over jumping, under jumping. It's a question mark. Another gate drop. Here we go. Will we keep it clean into turn 1 from a waterlogged day here from Paula, California?
Our plus 25 junior class. So our Swifty fan club president should be in there. Trevor Hunter. I see him on his KX 450.
He's been doing a tremendous job. Oh, somebody lose a rear. Is that a rear fender that came off? What came off that bike?
I think that was a cone.
Was that a cone?
Whatever was it, he hit it, and he's not happy right now.
Yeah, 2 people pulled off. Let's see if maybe we can stay with that for a second. Not sure what happened there. Wow, we're going to have to take another look at that. I don't know if our crew here, up here in the live stream crew, saw that, but something definitely going on over at the start section. You think that was a cone on the side of the track? Almost looked like a piece of plastic flew off a bike, but it affected 2 riders. Strange one. I'm not sure if somebody cased a jump.
Yeah.
Blew a fender off. Weird one. Well, let's hope everybody's okay. And we got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. as this live stream presented to you by Honda from not San Bernardino, California. That'll be our next round coming up at MotoFest.
That will be MotoFest.
And we'll step aside for just a second. We will return. Stay with us, guys. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody, to beautiful Fox Raceway here, Paula, California. We got a lot to sort out. We just dropped the gate on multiple categories here on a very swampy day here at Paula after.
Well, and pretty amazing, though, like, there's going to be dust. We're seeing dust
already.
At the beginning of the race. There's going to be dust. And it looks like out front, that might be Mason Simmons.
Wow. We know Derek DeMartile was able to get the whole shot on the factory beta out there. And speaking with Derek. Here we go. We got a battle. Who do we got? Is it Simmons and DeMartile with the 5-time behind him, or is that the 6-time? I'm sorry.
That looks like Mason Simmons in front. He just made the pass on Dare coming into this area. So, again, that wild card thrown out there. Tyler Lynn up there.
How about that?
Tyler Lynn on the SLR Honda.
Spoke with Tyler. He says he's...
And I think maybe he ate one of those mother F bars.
Yeah, I could do it.
He's definitely getting ready to go. Mark Samuel's having him fuel up. But, again, wild card Mason Simmons looks like he is adapting to these maybe wetter conditions. But as we're seeing now, only wet in certain spots.
Now, Mark, is this the section you were calling the vet track?
This is the vet track.
Okay, so we go from the motocross. Is this just a little toned down from what we see over on the Pro National track?
Yes, it's just a little bit toned down. It's still jumpy compared to what in the off-road world. Just a little bit tamer, but still jumpy. Now, they've never done this in the past. Nick Way was the one that figured out how to run this section, and I like it. I like the fact that they're doing different stuff this year. The Shamrocks have adapted a little bit and made maybe not so much off-road and brought it back into some of the motocross stuff. And then we get to see a lot more of this. So, but this is they're running it backwards in the beginning, and then they kind of run it the right way. They only run a section or a portion of this, and then now this is where they come back across onto the national track right by the start, and then now they're back on the national track. So very interesting layout. Again, Nick Way working with the Shamrocks, the entire crew at the Shamrocks, making things happen. It looks like Mason, this is what we expected from Mason from the very beginning, and we, for some reason, didn't see it. We saw it a little bit at Laughlin from what I remember about Laughlin, but saw it, and now Mason, if he can put in some good laps up here early and get out there, maybe he might be the one that stops the freight train that is Dante Olivera.
Could be the breakthrough performance Mason has been waiting for. To your point, he dominated Pro 2 the last 2 years, and talked to him about this year. He said, look, I was sick at the beginning of the year, then I had some bad luck, a broken shock bolt, so he is in search of his first NGPC podium. There's a man who's not in search of his first podium, and that is Dare DeMartille, who, outside of Dante, has really been the class of this 450 field. Speaking with Dare, he said it's going to be very important to make that motorcycle last, to not push it too hard in the beginning and get it too hot. He said this track could be a bike killer. Remember, 90 minutes out here, not just 45.
Well, Dante looking for any way around Tyler Lynn right now that he can find. He knows that he can see Mason kind of getting away, and that's his brother right on him, and he makes the pass.
Wow,
Mateo going by him.
Holy moly, I'll tell you right now, if you're Dare DeMartille and Simmons, Tyler Lynn's your best friend right now. You're saying, please, hold those Olivera boys up as much as you can. Let us get away and get a little bit of a lead. And look at Mateo.
Mateo's not wasting time.
Mateo aggressive on Tyler Lynn. Lynn holds his line, though. With Lynn, you're talking about a Baja 1000, Baja 500 champion. So Mateo gets around.
So this is a pro-only section. We didn't see this section in the track map. We actually saw the section right down below, but this is the pro-only section that is a rock section that only the pros are going through. And this is the first time that they're seeing it. I don't believe that they saw it yesterday. Oh, and that's Dante getting by around Tyler Lynn. Lots of stuff happening for Tyler Lynn right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Mason Simmons continues to lead DeMartille, but here comes the Olivera brothers, our version of the Lawrence brothers. They are tough to beat, and they have been collecting podiums all year. Dante with a perfect season heading into round 5. He has won each and every round. We'll see if he can keep it up here. Not much separates our top 4. Gotta love it. Mason, though, starting to open it up, starting to stretch his legs a little bit.
Well, and that section, that's really rocky. The one thing that's kind of nice about Mother Nature and coming in and giving us a lot of moisture, those guys can race through that section now rather than kind of be choosy in when they're making passes, when they're not, because there's no dust. Yesterday, if this would have happened yesterday, that whole section would have been dusty, and it would have been managing the amount of dust. But right now, those guys can stay close and keep the racing close. So really impressed by Mason Simmons getting out there and making his presence known at the front. These guys are spaced about the same. We'll see what the Olivera brothers can do moving forward with these guys. But so they're coming back into this section, and this is part of the section that we saw on the track preview earlier. Again, pretty amazed on how much this track has dried out. Lots of flat corners down in through here. But Mason running up front, and I believe this is where Mason thought that he belonged in the very beginning.
Hearing from our spotter here, Mark, unfortunate news. The Cowboy Colton Eck suffered a crash. Thoughts and prayers to him. I hope he's okay. Hope he can dust it off. Hope he's not seriously injured. It's been a tough run for the Cowboy here last couple years. He's suffered a lot of tough injuries, and we know that this challenging course has claimed a few riders and a few bikes over the last couple days. 15 minutes into our 90-minute affair. So glad you are watching with us. Drop us a comment on NGPC YouTube. Appreciate you guys being here wherever you may be watching from.
Again, if it wasn't for all the rain that was dumped on this last night, even this section would be really, really dusty. And it's kind of nice we're treated to this type of racing. The top 4 riders are within a couple seconds of each other, so this is just really great racing up front. And this is, again, only one of the pro classes that is on the track right now. We have the 250 Pro, which Dustin Davis is out front in, and then the Women's Pro that Michaela Nielsen is out front of, but only about 8 seconds ahead of Ava Sylvestri. So Ava definitely doing something different, being able to stay close and challenge. Will she be able to challenge at the end for this one?
Well, I know she has been putting in a lot of motocross training, and she said she will run WMX with Michaela Nielsen. What an opportunity for them. They're involved in a lot of the nationals. They won't open up at Paula this year, but they have a lot of big ones coming. Speaking of professionals, how about our friends over at Precision Concepts? Spoke to Bob Bell moments ago. He was the one that said, stiffen up those clickers. Look at this, Mark Tilley. We got a little code they can scan right now on your smartphone.
Scan and possibly get a little bit of a discount. Maybe join their racer program. I've been lucky enough to be on that racer program for a long time here now, and it's definitely see him at the track all the time. Ryan's at the track now with Bob, and always willing to help out. Even if you don't have your suspension done by them, they're willing to help out. So I know that they are a big part of the Man Out Front Mason Simmons program, doing lots of suspension testing with Mason and getting him comfortable on his motorcycle.
This is the performance Mason Simmons and his team has been waiting for. You know, Mike Herbert, the head boss, the owner of FMF RPM Racing, has got to be ecstatic watching us from Washington here today. Not with us on site, but I know he is pumping his fist, hoping his man, Mason, can hang on. But, you know, Mark, we have seen it time and time again. When you got over an hour of racing and a man named Olivera behind you, there's a lot that can happen.
And it's tough. Mason ran up front in the Pro 2 class for 2 years, kind of just dominating that. He hasn't really been up front here, so there's going to be lots that come into play if it's going to be maybe he's got, different breathing techniques or whatever, and he kind of pumps up. But right now it looks like Mason and Dare have kind of pulled out. I thought that maybe when Mateo got around his brother and then got around Tyler Lynn right in that area that he was just going to march on forward. And these guys have kind of answered that call and stopped his forward progress. So
this track has really come around too. Outside of these massive puddles that are mainly on the insides of the jumps, I think it's pretty clean. I think pros would be happy with it at this point. I don't see anybody sliding out. Looks like traction is plentiful. It's a beautiful day, and
definitely no dust or not any major amounts of dust. What we're normally used to here at Paula. So definitely a nice change. And just as I start to say that, and the Olivera brothers were kind of hanging back, now they're making massive gains on Dare for second.
Yes, they are. We've still got a tight bunch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tyler Lynn not that far back as well. We've seen great racing at just about every single NGPC round. Can't believe we're already at round number 5. Changing the schedule, too. In a couple weeks, we're headed to Glen Helen, not Marysville. We'll be a part of the big Moto Fest. Hope to see each and every one of you there. I talked to Dante Olivera, too. Asked him if he was going to contemplate entering the Stopwatch Nationals and the Pro Showcase. Dante, coming off of a 2-stroke Nationals win at Glen Helen Raceway, he outlasted some very, very tough competition. So you would think he'd have an opportunity to take some of that Bud Feld Camp money next month.
Well, and we're definitely we're going to start doing some banter back and forth when it comes to MX Pro guys and off-road pro guys. Which one do you guys, tell us in the comments, which one do you guys think might be tougher, and which one do you guys think might come over? Will there be more off-road riders racing the Pro Stopwatch or the other race that they have, or will it be more motocross guys coming over to race the NGPC race on Sunday? If you're a motocross guy and you hold a valid AMA Pro license, if you want to race on Sunday, we will figure out a way to get your entries paid.
I love it. I love it. And we'll see if the six-time defending NGPC champion can get it done at MotoFest. I understand not everybody loves that when I say that, but you know what? We spoke to Don.
I think you're the only one that likes to say it, and it doesn't matter. You're the only one. Who cares?
Well, you know what? We spoke to Dante Olivera pre-race.
Mateo going to the inside.
Hold on. Mateo going to the inside. Let's stay with us right now. We got great racing action. Here comes Dante Olivera, Mateo putting it on Dare DeMartell. The Husky gets in front of the Beta. Dare DeMartell and trying to answer back.
That's where Mateo made those passes last lap. He was able to get over this, kind of like what Dare just did. But yeah, Mateo moving to the front.
And now the 6th time in hot pursuit of Dare DeMartell. Mateo pulling away. Speaking of the 6th time, we had an opportunity to talk to him yesterday. Let's take you to that. It's good to be king, and right now, on top of the series for the 6th consecutive year, Dante Olivera. Dante, we walk around here, we're like, what's the story? Who should we interview? Try to spread the love, but man, it's hard to spread the love when you just keep on winning. Another perfect season going. How are you able to maintain this?
You know, I'm not too sure. We got a lot of long days, hard work going into this, and I just feel great with the bike this year. Team's busting their butts, and we're really jiving and having fun with it.
You know, and there's a lot of things different this year, too, that a lot of people from the outside may not see. You have a new team mechanic, and it seems like you've gelled very, very well. Your brother is no longer under your same tent. Bobby Dawson is now team manager over Husqvarna. Behind the scenes, has that really changed things, or is it just business as usual when you put that helmet on?
Business as usual. It's still fun coming to the track. We see the guys here on the weekends. They're 10 over, and yeah, it's just fun days. Nothing different at all.
It does seem like we've seen some great battles this year between you and Dare, you and Justin Heff, who unfortunately is injured right now. Mateo as well, creeping up there, your own brother. Do you feel the field catching up a little bit?
Yeah, there's definitely days when everybody's strong. Like here, Dare, he rode really strong last year in the top sections where it's a little more flat tracky style. He rode super strong and kept me on my toes, and we had a battle to the end. So there's definitely rounds where I know I have to step it up and be a little sharper, and this is going to be one of them.
Question I have for you that I always wonder on the broadcast. You've done so much here, 6 consecutive championships, all the success you've had with Pro Motocross and elsewhere in GNCC, winning over there. What is the ultimate goal? I know you've talked about 6 days, but what is next for you? What would make you super happy?
A 6 days win would make me very happy, and just some better results in motocross. But definitely 6 days win, I want to check that off my list.
Think you could do it this year?
I'm going to give it my best and do everything in my power, 100% effort, and see what happens.
How beneficial is the NGPC racing for your training for 6 days?
Well, with the final moto, I actually get to battle guys and like those guys to where I can battle bar to bar with people. So I got a little advantage there to make up a lot of time. And then variety of tracks we get into. Portugal is going to be a little sandier, so we go to places like Blythe and stuff where I ride sand. So definitely helps out. And then the endurance for the hour-and-a-half race to where I just need to sharp up my sprint speed.
Very cool. Now, Dante, I'm sure you've realized about me that I like maybe adding some little twists and giving people out there on the broadcast things to remember. I have started the 6-time chant. Are you okay with the 6-time chant? Do you like the 6-time chant? Because most people like it, but I understand we might have a couple haters out there.
I think we do have a couple of haters, and I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes I'm listening to it a little much. It's like it's on repeat when I'm going on that first lap, and I have to let this 450 drown it out a little bit. But you know, it's your saying. You do it.
I like it. I got to lay this on you. Is it true that my broadcast partner, the great Mark Tilley of Dirt Bike Magazine, could be a hater on the 6-time chant? Is that true?
Yes, he's 100% a hater. I mean, he's on green. He rides green every weekend, week out, so there's no orange in him. So I think he definitely could be a hater.
That's true. Mark, no more hating. And hey, by the way, I might be saying 7-time pretty soon. Good luck to him. He's got some tough competition this year, but Dante Olivera continuing to keep that winning streak alive. Man, a hater. He said you're a hater, Mark.
But he said I was a hater because I didn't have any orange. I rode a green bike. The bad thing is, I think when Dante was still in diapers, I was riding KTMs back in 1999, so I was an orange rider before. So, but you notice Dante never said that he liked it. He said it's your thing, you do you, basically.
Yeah, you know what? I think I understand the vibe of Dante, though. He's fueled by the critics. I think we share something. That we're fueled by the haters and the critics. He loves it. I think that's why he embraces it. He had a smile on his face when he's talking about his detractors.
When you're talking about 6-time and when you're just broadcasting it out there that, hey, he's done this 6 times, you can't hate on that. Like that's so. It's definitely. Speaking of silencing some haters, right here, Dustin Davis. is, I believe he's running in second. I believe that is our buddy Cody Simpson in second, and Sam Pritchard. Look how close this racing is. That's amazing. Cody Simpson on that YZ250, backed by Simi Valley Cycles. The whole crew down there is behind him. Somebody needs to give this kid a ride. Somebody needs to give both of these kids a ride, because they're going up against factory efforts, and they're doing it on their own. I believe that Ty Davis is the one working with Dustin Davis and Brennan Watson. So, and then Cody Simpson doing everything. Another one of those great stories. Cody losing a bunch of weight, putting a big training program together, losing a bunch of weight, going faster. He was faster before, but now he's been consistently running up in the front of the 250 Pro class, and I'm here for it. I love the fact that he can do it, and he's doing it on a YZ 252 stroke.
Well, I'm glad you brought him up, because I wanted to say something at the beginning of the broadcast that I forgot. I'm going to hire you as his agent. I know you are Mr. Sponsor, Mr. Rolodex. You know so many of these companies. I asked Cody when I was interviewing him pre-race, I said, man, don't you wish you had a YZF 250 right next to it and you could pick? And he said, of course I do. He said, I just need help. I need a dealership. I need Yamaha. I need somebody to take notice. And I said, man, you got to talk to Mark Tilley. We got to get to the execs at Yamaha. That how cool would it be on rainy days like this if he could choose which one he wants to run, the 2-stroke or the 4-stroke?
Yeah, but sometimes you give people a choice and it's too much. And so he's doing a great job on that YZ250. He's keeping it alive. He's got those big elephant ears on there. But yeah, we'll see. I can't wait to see him get one of these wins. I think those sponsors are going to come.
Yes, indeed, as we are about 30 minutes gone, still 60 minutes to go here. Round number 5 of the AMA National Grand Prix Championship Series from beautiful Paula, California. Fox Raceway, the country club of motocross. They have done an outstanding job. Big shout out to the Shamrocks as well. Shamrocks got a little more excitement than they bargained for. They were on it yesterday, but they didn't know. Nobody knew what to do after it. There was a vicious downpour this morning. I'll tell you, I was driving here early, and it's coming from an East Coast boy. It was a little scary out on the highway. I almost pulled off. It was that heavy at one point.
Yeah, the rain was definitely not letting up. But it's great we get to see racing like this. I mean, two or three riders just right there in the 250 Pro ranks. And we're normally used to seeing Sam up front with Cole Zeller. Not sure where Cole Zeller is at as of right now. We'll have to check timing and scoring for that. But nice to see some new faces up front. And it looks like up front, again, some new faces. Mason Simmons is keeping these guys at bay. Dare DiMartile seems like he still has the 6-time behind him. So right now it is Mason Simmons out front on that RPM KTM. And Live Timing and Scored said that Dante got around, so maybe I was no. Oh, he did now.
He did.
So that's Dare went to the inside of there and kind of stopped himself. So Dante got around. So now he's behind his brother. But man, Mason is stepping up and definitely pulling away from these guys. The Skaggs Racing drone cam as we get to see high above Paula or Fox Raceway.
There is no quitting. Dare DiMartile, you know that. Rider of the Beta 450 RC. Ran the 480 last year, but did just a tremendous job. I do believe we're going to step away for 1 second, I believe. But we will be right back. The AMA NGPC Series will return right after this.
Before the gate drops, there's a moment when preparation and confidence merge as one. ASV's S1 Series single pivot adjustable reach levers are forged for maximum strength, backed by a 1-year unconditional guarantee. Because when that moment comes, reliability is everything.
I'm Jeremy McGrath, and I trust Maxxis tires. It's the only way I roll.
Welcome back to Fox Raceway, Paula, California. Racing resumes here, round number 5 of the AMA NGPC series, and we are witnessing great battles all over this racetrack. Dante putting it on right now, the 6-time, trying to assert his dominance. Woo! Great racing. Look at this. It is getting a little dusty out in some sections. If you guys are just joining us, we had a massive downpour this morning that really changed the complexion of this race, but it seems like this race course is changing every single lap.
Man, Mason is kind of checking out a little bit on these guys, and I think Dante's feeling the pressure of I got to get around my brother to make that push and try to get that gap, but definitely easier said than done.
Yeah, it is interesting. With still an hour to go, I wonder, is Dante trying to get around, or is he actually trying to push his brother? Come on, is he sending him a signal? Come on, little bro, let's go. Go catch Mason, as these two have worked so well as teammates. They've been on top of the box just about every single round. As I said, as for Dante, he's won every single round. And you know what's amazing about Dante is that he just doesn't panic. He never forces it. How many times have we seen him this year? I think it was that first round where he waited until the last 5 minutes to take the lead.
Yeah, no, he definitely got his racecraft. Both of these guys, their racecraft is pretty amazing. But Dare staying right there as well, not letting these guys get away. Mason's again kind of checked out, and like I was saying before, he is the wild card in this. He's looking for a win. He wants a win. He's definitely not happy with how his season has gone by so far. Talking to him a little bit earlier, he was talking about being able to, sit back and have some fun. I know that there will be pit strategy. I know that pit boss Bob is down there in the pits doing pits for him. So there is definitely going to be some pit strategy going on there, and see if maybe they can work together and be able to best this Husky and KTM, well, all of these factory efforts, basically.
Loving this track, too. Again, big tip of the cap to our presenting club, Shamrocks MC. They said the goal here was to keep these racers guessing. High-level motocross mixed with rocky off-road, a little flat track cornering, the vet track, and, oh yeah, what Mother Nature did, what you can see there on your screen. Puddles everywhere, even though it has dried out nicely now. Here comes Dante to the outside. Watch that gap. We'll see if we can find Mason in the corner of our screen, our leader on the RPM Racing FMF KTM, who, as Mark Tilley told you moments ago, seems to be opening up his lead. We're about 26 minutes away from pit stops. We'll see if perhaps we see any strategy or anybody make any different turns or twists.
And so those guys are just coming into the moto section. Mason's down. Now we'll see him. He's coming across the front section, who's actually coming right by the building that we are in doing the announcing. But nice to see them right up front, going through the Yamaha scoring chute. But so he's going through the scoring chute, and those guys are just now coming down to it. So that's Mason on the top of your screen going back over. So he has a fairly comfortable lead at this point. These guys riding right down on top of each other. So are these guys pushing each other, or are they slowing each other down? It's kind of hard to say.
It is kind of hard to say. Still a lot of racing left to go, though. 55 minutes until we see the white flag. This is why these are some of the most finely conditioned athletes in the world. It's all about endurance out here. And on a day like this, I got to believe it zaps the energy out of you, even more so with all the water obstacles trying to keep the bike upright.
Well, and that's Brennan Watson we're seeing on. He is the Husky teammate to Dustin Davis on that zip tie racing backed Husky effort. I know they are getting a little bit of help from Husky, nothing major, but still any help is better than no help. They got Fly and Western Power Sports on board as well. But Brennan and Dustin basically live right down the street from each other, it seems like, up in the high desert. So Brennan Watson is the one leading the 4-stroke A class. Brennan has definitely made some huge gains this year, and he's probably going to be back up in the pro ranks here fairly quickly, probably next year.
Very cool. We'll keep an eye on that course, too. Great to have our AMA representative, Logan Densmore, here all the way from Michigan making the trip. He's keeping a close watch on this course. There was some talk at the riders' meeting about putting the stakes back in and reapplying ribbons, and NGPC's Craig Hunter told these guys, hey, you know where the course is. Shaggy from Shamrocks said the same thing. We'll be keeping an eye on it out there. You guys know where to go. Just because a banner falls down or we lose a stake, don't think you can cut this course.
Well, and right now we're looking at the 250 pro class. Dustin Davis, the teammate to Brennan Watson, who we just saw on screen, still out front, but it looks like Sam Pritchard has made the pass into second aboard that SLR Honda. Maybe starting to feel the effects of that mother F bar right there. And so this is Ava Sylvestri right here. Ava is second in the pro class, in the women's pro class, and has been setting the world on fire. Last round at Steed MX, she got the win straight up over Michaela Nielsen. I think that was one of the first times that she's done that. And I think we caught up with Ava earlier in the weekend. So we might take a look at that and see what Ava had to say.
What a round it was instead for this young lady, Ava Sylvestri. Tremendous job. Your first NGPC win on a Husqvarna. I know you told me in the beginning of the year there was a little bit of a learning curve, learning this new bike. How'd you come around so quickly?
I mean, at the beginning of the year, I was kind of going back and forth on suspension settings and wasn't really content with really anything I was doing. And then I actually switched to Precision Concepts, and ever since I switched to them, it's just been a night and day difference. And yeah, no, honestly, ever since then, haven't looked back once.
I talked to you instead, and what I told you there, I kind of feel for you, just like the guys are chasing Dante Olivera. It's not easy chasing Moto KK, but you proved last round you can beat her on any given Sunday. Does that give you the confidence you need to push you to the next level, you think?
I mean, it's definitely a good confidence builder, but like I said, she's won the first three. I've only won one so far, so I just got to keep it consistent. And even on the days maybe where I don't win, just, keep it consistent and close as possible, and, just try to, I guess, in a way, kind of learn off of her. And, she has a lot of good positives in her riding. And, of course, I mean, all of us have a lot of good positives. We didn't make it here without that. But, no, I mean, just try to keep as consistent as possible, because then in the end that's the big picture, not just one win out of however 9 rounds or whatever. So
what's been your main area of focus to improve on? What do you work on during the week to try to catch her?
Definitely just a lot of sprint speed. Like I mentioned, she's really good at the beginning of the races and being able to sprint away from me. So just I think that might be, obviously she's pretty good on the moto side, so just might be a little more like the moto background, but no, for sure just working on a lot of sprint speed. I think it translates over in a lot of the different series in general, but no, for sure in NGPCs.
Well, keep up the good work. We'll see if she can go 2 for 2. She's still very much alive in the championship chase, Ava Sylvestri. Yes, she is. I think only 15 points back, believe it or not. So it's a long season. A lot can happen. And I keep hearing this buzz term, Mark, sprint speed. That's what everybody tells me. The people that are chasing Dante talk about it. Ava chasing Michaela talks about it. And you talked about racecraft moments ago. But I think for the individuals in second, third, and fourth, there's no time to rest out here. They sprint for the entire 90 minutes. That's what all of them tell me. How do you improve? They said, need to sprint the whole time. There's no resting.
Yeah, there isn't like, oh, hey, I'm going to take a breather here and push harder later on. When they talk about sprint speed, it's intensity, getting that intensity up and getting that intensity up fast. So it's definitely a big thing. And if you can show them a wheel, if you can show them a wheel earlier than you're normally used to showing them a wheel, then that might make them think twice about what they're going to do, and it might throw them off their game. But when you're dealing with somebody like Michaela Nielsen or a Dante Olivera, it's really hard trying to get them off of their game. But Ava is doing a great job on the NGPC side. She's almost unbeatable in the West Coast Hare Scrambles and the National Hare and Hound. I get to write about her a lot in the magazine, so lots of good stuff. But so this is the battle for the 250 Pro class. Dustin Davis out front with Sam Pritchard on the SLR Honda in second.
And take a look at your screen right now. Mark Tilley coming off his second consecutive win at the Two-Stroke Nationals race. You can see on the Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube channel. Dante Olivera is giving away that two-stroke. I want it, and you can scan the code right now.
Did you buy your sweatshirt?
I'm going to have to,
because if you buy a hoodie, you get 2 free raffle tickets.
My goodness.
Hoodie, shirt, hat, whatever you go when you go to Dante's website and buy those items, you're automatically entered to win. This is a factory built by a factory mechanic, factory built KTM 250, and it looks like Sam Pritchard's going for the lead.
Oh, here we go. Pritchard, remember, he had a bad start instead, and he is eager to show Dustin Davis he's still boss. But look at Dustin
shuts
Davis,
the door,
not backing down. I am so impressed with how quickly Dustin Davis has become a championship contender out here. Pritchard trying to find a way around. Talked to him moments ago over at Mark Samuel's SLR team too, and I said, hey, look, you're leading the points. Is it still about race wins, or do you got to be cautious and protect that lead? And Sam said, I want to win, but the championship is the most important thing. I got to be smart. I'm sure he realizes that right now. As bad as he wants to show Davis who's boss, he's not going to force himself into a mistake. Unfortunately, look what happened to Cole Zeller. Cole Zeller was second in points heading into Stead. Unfortunately, had an accident, DNF, put him back 30 points.
And that's one thing that we need to ask our spotters, where is Cole Zeller? Cole Zeller is usually right at the front of all of these battles, usually right at the front of the pack, and I don't see him at all on any of the timing and scoring. So our next thing is, where is Cole Zeller? And it looks like Dante Olivera has gotten around his brother. That's Mason Simmons out front right there. And those guys are going to, so it looks like Cole Zeller might be in about 5th. So maybe he got a bad start. So that right there is Dante Olivera, the 6-time
You look at
champion.
that. He's starting to warm up. You got to say it 5 more times.
I'll say it 5 more times throughout the broadcast. So Dante up front, just making it past his brother Mateo. Dare is a little bit behind those guys. Dare kind of falling off a little bit. These guys might be working together to sprint away from him. But now the big question is, can Dante bridge that gap?
He's got a long way to go, but we still got pit stops coming up in about 16 minutes, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'm wondering if anybody rolls the dice as well. We saw Dare roll the dice instead. They stayed out, and I was there. I got a great clip of it where they pitted a lap later, tried to beat Dante off pit road. It was a drag race. Dante just barely got the edge, but it was interesting to me that I wonder if we'll see more of that with Dante being so unbeatable this year. Will anybody try to experiment with pit strategy? Maybe, we never saw anybody come in early.
Yeah, it might happen.
Stay out late, come in early. The advantage of coming in early is, you wouldn't have to pit again.
Well, and you have that track position. They could. We were a little over, we're not about the hour mark yet, but we got 45 minutes left. Right around in here is when they would be able to pit and be able to stay out. So, and you got Pit Boss Bob down there in the Mason Simmons. That's, you just saw Bob give that maybe it was the pit next or whatever sign. You never know. It doesn't look like anybody has come in for a pit yet. That is Mason Simmons that we're on, and Olivera. Both the Olivera brothers are going back the other way.
It is round number 5, the Rocky Mountain ATV MC NGPC Series, presented by FMF, hosted by Shamrocks MC. Big thanks to all of our great sponsors, and that is TBT Racing, Precision Concepts, Guts Racing, 1-800-DENT-DOG, and Skaggs Racing, ASV. Thank you guys so much. Support those who support your sport.
It looks like Dante has either pulled out on his brother or maybe Mateo actually.
Dante's starting to go beast, but it looks like we got a magnifying glass on the lens right now. Might need to zoom out a little bit. Dante Olivera. That's how fast Dante is. We can't keep up with him. But I'll tell you what,
he is stretching it out a little bit on his brother.
I think Dante has picked it up a notch, just by the naked eye. You guys tell me what you think out there in YouTube land. We do have somebody coming into the pits. Who is that? Is that the? It's not the.
That's 80s. Tyler Lynn. It looks like.
Tyler Lynn is in. Wow. We're not sure what happened to him. He was running top 2 earlier in the day, but
and that looks like Sam is going to come in. Oh, so that's Mason that comes in. Sam stays out, or no, that's Dustin Davis coming in, and Sam stayed out, so he's got the overall lead. And then that is our 250 YZ250 rider staying out or coming in to get his gas as well. So both second and third in the pro class, 250 pro class, have gotten gas.
Very cool to see, though. Big shout out to L&N Media crew for bringing us pit stops here today. I told those guys that from being at Stead. I said, man, you should see all the action in the pits. They're calling somebody in. Is it our leader coming in? No, they were just telling him, let's go, pumping them up.
And I think that was Zeller that they were talking to.
That was Zeller, because we saw the lovely Kylie down there with the pit board. Oh, congratulations. Engaged to Cole Zeller, set to be married in December. Spoke to Cole, too. He's getting ready for some outdoor nationals. Sounds like a lot of the NGPC regulars will run Hangtown and possibly Paula right here 1 month from now. So we'll see how those individuals do. Good luck to them. We'll see how they can hang in Pro Motocross, the big outdoor series. I asked Dante, too. I said, I'm just surprised they don't ask him to do more, but they're really happy with what he does on the off-road side. But with Eli Tomac going down to Team KTM, there is your 6-time. I know could you imagine if he put all of his efforts into Pro Motocross? I'm sure he could probably, dare I say, be a top 10 guy.
I think he could. I think that it would transfer over. You just need to find a little bit of raw speed in certain spots. But yeah, he definitely has the talent. That's for sure. Oh, a rare look back from Dante.
We've been seeing that a lot today from our leaders. We saw it on the Racing Jack YouTube channel with Amari. He won that class looking back a little bit. Maybe this track is that difficult that.
Well, and so now they're going to start going into some lappers, and man, he's really stretched it out on his brother. Now just got to see if he's making up time on Mason, because that would be the telltale sign of if he's just stepping it up overall, or if maybe Mateo is falling off a little bit.
Yes, indeed, and these lappers will certainly add another layer to this complex situation. That's why we'll keep an eye on our leader, Mason. Unfortunately, the report I got from Stead, if you remember, Justin Heft was leading. Justin Heft collided with a lapper and actually broke his ankle. So get well, Justin, if you're watching. Hope to have him back possibly by the end of the summer. They said he tried getting back on the bike, but it was just in too much pain at this point. But that shows you just how easy injuries can happen in this sport.
Yeah, especially when you're going this speed. You don't even have to crash to break something. I mean, it's pretty amazing how fast these guys are going and for how long they go that fast. So, again, it'd be nice to see Dante get up there and be able to pressure Mason a little bit, but maybe Mason's a little bit too far out there. It's going to be interesting to see. So, I think he is making up some time on Mason right now. Dante's going to come into the bottom left-hand side of our picture. So that's Mason right there. It's a lapper in between, but Dante should be coming into the left-hand side of our screen. Now this goes, they make a couple little chicanes right here, and then they come back into that flat section. So that's Dante coming in at the very bottom, is another lapper. But so there is, he might not be making up big amounts of time, but he's definitely putting some distance between himself and his brother, so he doesn't have any pressure from behind.
About 40 minutes remaining here in round number 5 of the AMA NGPC series. What a start to the season it has been. Can't believe we just have one more round before we get into summer break. And for this man, what a time to get hot. What a time to pick up momentum. The dominator from the Pro 2 category the last 2 years, enjoying a coming out party of sorts. A breakthrough performance.
I gotta believe they're gonna pit this time
for Mason Simmons. We'll see. We'll see if, I'm sure the boss, Mike Hurlbert, is on the phone watching closely. NASCAR truck driver who owns RPM, FMF, KTM Racing, Mason Simmons, caught his attention, said, I got to get this guy on my team. And this is what we expected, Mark. What you mentioned earlier, we expected Mason to be able to battle with Dante, race in, race out. And this could be the performance they've been waiting for. Wow.
And this is usually about the time that we start seeing magic happen from Dante. Dante usually, this is about the time he steps up and starts to move forward. And it's pretty amazing that he can do it, that he runs that fast and at a pace, and then he can step it up. So we're going to see right now just exactly how close he is getting to him, because Mason is now down in the motocross section. And then we should see Dante come in towards the bottom of your screen. So, yeah, he's keeping it kind of consistent. So do they pit now and lose some of that track position, or what do they do? It's kind of all in Mason's wheelhouse right now. He kind of controls the race from the front.
And tell me that isn't a lot of pressure on his team. They're not used to being in the situation when Mason comes in for a pit. They know he's the leader. Don't screw it up. You know, so Dante and his man Banjo, this is normal for them. They're accustomed to running up front.
So these guys, we just saw Mason Simmons and Dante Olivera and Mateo Olivera all go through the scoring chute. Then they go through that short section on the vet track here at Paula, and they come into this section. Looks like there's multiple gas jugs being ready. Some KTM guys going there.
I think Ava just came in. Ava Sylvestri. We'll see what happens. They all told me they were going to pit about the hour mark.
Dante right there on the left. Mason was going back on the right. So we're going to see right now when it comes into the pits. This is the last kind of section on the vet track. They kind of make a right-hand turn and then a quick left, go back across the pit area. And then we're going to see if Mason is technically probably in the pits right about now.
We shall see.
So did he get gas? If we can get a look into the pits.
Here comes the 6-time defending champion.
And there is nobody.
He's in the pits. He's in the pits. As you can see, I think did he throw a set of goggles off? Imagine everybody's going to be getting a new set of goggles on a day like today. I was watching Sam Prechira loaded up with 15 tear-offs. And you're going to need them if you're not running up front, that's for sure.
Mateo's in the pits as well. So Mateo and both Olivera brothers have pitted. We didn't get a confirmation if Mason pitted, but it didn't look like it because we would have seen him come out of the pits. But if we can get a confirmation on that, get to see exactly what that gap is. If that gap grew, then we know that he did not pit.
Going to be a very interesting final 30 minutes of this showdown from Paula, California.
If he can go, if Mason didn't pit and he goes into the pits, if he can retain that first place overall position, it's definitely. So that's.
And a big thank you to our friends at TBT Racing, talking about how important suspension is. Make sure you scan that code. Travis will get you all hooked up. And Mark, I know you know how vitally important having the correct suspension setup is on a day like today.
Yeah, well, and it's nice, too, because you see Travis at a lot of these races with the TBT crew, dialing in suspension, just like some of the other guys that are out here, dialing in suspension. And I believe that you can scan that QR code for a discount as well. So scan that QR code. There might be a little surprise in there for you.
Yeah, shout out to all of our suspension gurus. There's one shot, too, that we're going to have to see it during this off-road section where I noticed they hit it full throttle, and the back end, the rebound is so fast, it just bucks like a bucking Bronco, and everybody's able to hang on. That's where you really hope you're doubting.
Yeah, that section right there is just rocks everywhere. That is hard. That is really, really hard. And you have to you got to look at it and see. I think that's Ava in the bottom left-hand corner. I mean, she's capable. She's a very capable rider. And Mason is able to just kind of move around. And even that rider, like just going around that, like it's amazing what these guys can do.
I'm sure they love that pavement section, an opportunity to get some mud off the bike.
Yeah, and so it looks like Mason has pulled out. I don't think he stopped for gas, so I would imagine that the strategy is going to come into play here on when he is going to stop.
Well,
because
it seems like from what we've learned about Dante, he does like coming in early. And why not, right? You've got a bona fide closer in that. Give Dante the fuel he needs and say, you know what, it's yours. You don't have to worry about coming in. Now you know what you got to do. Go get it. Got to believe the pressure shifts to Mason Simmons, and that's probably why he was just looking back moments ago, trying to figure out how much of a lead he has. They've got to come in, and they've got to do this pit stop as quick as they can. This is the section I was talking about. Watch the suspension go to work there. Travis and Bob Bell and Bones and all the Garver suspension experts definitely are earning their keep on that one.
Yeah, Mason looks like he's flowing. He looks really, really good.
He really does.
He's comfortable with. Seems like he's comfortable with the setup. He's pushing this, and this is something that we haven't seen earlier in the year. It seemed like every time he tried to push, he was maybe getting a little bit out of shape. But it'll be nice to pull back on this drone right here and see just exactly how far out Mason is. And he's stretched it out.
Mason Simmons, your leader, after 60 minutes of racing here at beautiful Fox Raceway, the country club of motocross. Just tremendous facility. So happy to be here, and the Shamrocks have done an amazing job stretching this course out to 5.5 miles of fury. It really is all-encompassing. It's versatile. It is all-embracing. I think NGPC may test a rider's skill set more than any other series. Where else are you going to have a pro-level motocross track, rocky off-road, flat track cornering, and buckets of water?
There's
honestly,
not
right?
buckets of water in April in Southern California. Like that's definitely. And then you go off into single track off-road stuff here, or dual track off-road stuff. Like it's a really cool. And again, they've done different stuff this year. So, and that's not something that you would see anything when it comes to off-road racing, just about anywhere across the United States.
You got to be well-rounded to succeed up here. As we take a look at back through the pack, is that Dustin Davis?
That's Dustin Davis.
Uh-oh, the lapper looking back, taking a look. Remember, we can't flag this whole section. We don't got blue flags out there that we can set up along.
And it looks like that's
Cody Simpson on the two-stroke.
Yeah, that's Cody Simpson on the two-stroke. But I thought that looked like that was Sam
Prachira.
Sam Prachira in first. Yeah, that is Sam out there. So Sam's maybe he got by. Because he didn't pit. So Sam didn't pit. Both these guys have already pitted. So these guys are going to gain. Sam's got to get on the stick because he needs to get some distance between him and them so that he can come in and pit.
I love how teams are trying new things with pit strategy too. It seems like when you and I first started calling this series, every team had it set in stone. We're gonna pit right now. They'd all come in at once. Now it really seems like there's some experimentation going on.
Well, it kind of depends on how the race develops. Like, there's lots of people. I know I talked to Bob about pit strategy afterwards, and there's a lot that goes into it. And I think that we gotta credit him a little bit. I think he's done some of that stuff. He's got Sam a couple wins last year before Sam started onto the SLR team. He got Sam a couple wins just because of the pit strategy, and then that's why Mason wants him to do his pit. So really cool. So we're gonna see what happens with Mason Simmons and see if he has to pit. And that's Mason right there coming back into the motocross section. I believe he just passed Michaela Nielsen.
Okay. Threw me off. I saw that number 1. I said,
yeah.
Did Dante close it up that much?
Yeah,
No, that is our own Moto KK.
Yeah, so we'll see. Right now he's coming into the motocross section. We'll see if he's going to pit.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it as I think we got a camera in Mason Simmons' FMF RPM pit area. Now, what do you think, Mark? What I was talking about earlier on, they're not used to pitting with this much pressure. They're going to be able to handle it?
I think Bob's got nerves of steel down there. Okay. But it looks like he's got a really good lead on those guys. So even a mediocre pit stop can get him back out. I think track position is a huge thing right about now for Mason, if nothing else, just for confidence that he come in, he got gas, and he's still in the lead. So we'll see what they can do, see if they can pit. But so that's Mason right there, and we still don't see Dante coming in yet. So he's got a decent gap.
Mason flowing through the vet track here, part of the 5.5 miles at Fox Raceway, a lot of Southern California.
He's almost doubled that gap.
Yeah.
Because I think.
He's on it today.
Yeah.
And so is our own Trevor Hunter. Congratulations to him. He's got about a minute and 13-second lead over Stover in the 25-plus Junior A category.
Could this be the time, the person we've been waiting for, the wild card that comes in to beat him? Could it be Mason Simmons?
Well, I love this wide shot because I'm looking for Dante. How far back is he? Where is the 6th time? Mason Simmons, it's got to be a pit stop this time by, you think. Will they wave him? Yes, they do.
He's going in.
Mason Simmons is in. Get the stopwatch out. Here comes the IMS quick dump tank. His FMF crew, looks like, will they give him a new set of goggles? That was a quick one. I don't even know if he got a new set of goggles. And where is Dante Olivera?
That was pretty fast.
Well,
I don't know how much faster somebody could do that.
I agree. If they were nervous, it didn't show. So congratulations, guys. Great pit stop. And there's Dante. Is that Dante right there?
I think so.
Okay, that's not as big of a lead as we thought. Things are intensifying.
But that's about where it was when they all pitted. So Dante's already pitted. Mason's pitted. That was a fast pit stop.
It was a fast pit stop. Did he get enough fuel? That's the question. Hopefully they didn't rush him out.
Those IMS tanks can fill those quick dump systems are so amazing. They can fill those things so fast.
Yeah, because he's been running up front, he probably didn't need a new set of goggles either.
Yeah.
Probably didn't have to pull too many tear-offs. But you got, a rare bobble there for Dante. You got to believe it's very invigorating, and Dante is probably perhaps re-energized seeing Mason in front of him.
Yeah, that's definitely true. It's kind of hard to figure out what motivates him, but I know that not losing is definitely a great motivator for him. But he's pulled out big time on his brother because his brother's nowhere in the picture now.
And there's our other number 1, Moto KK, leading the women's category. Looks like she's back to her dominant self. She's got a camera crew here from Outdoor Motocross as well, doing a special feature on her that I think is going to air during the Hangtown Peacock broadcast.
Oh, that's cool.
They've been doing a lot of behind the scenes with her. Her boyfriend, Parker Ross, who is very successful in the Supercross Series and Outdoor Motocross Series, he's here this weekend hanging out with her. Got to talk Parker into getting on a bike, though, and competing, mixing it up with these boys out here.
Yeah, and I think that he did some of this stuff before he got into, because I think he's part of the Bar X team. So saw Myron walking around as a big part of that Bar X team. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe those guys might stay and race the moto bike.
That would be super cool, guys. 25 minutes remaining roughly in round number 5 of the NGPC series as we watch one of the fastest females in the world, Moto KK, try to get up this very rocky off-road section.
And that drone shot's awesome because it brings it down into where we can see just exactly how rocky that is.
Look how it's like a postcard, man. I'll teach you kids what a postcard is. I know you're like, what are you talking about? But it's picturesque. It's scenic. It is so beautiful here. You can see why so many people want to live in this area right down the street from the big Paula Casino. It's a cool spot. Usually just 70 degrees and sunny just about 95% of the year. Gorgeous part of the country here in SoCal.
This looks like the Dustin Davis and it's Dustin Davis. I believe he's still running in second. And that's Cody Simpson in third.
Cody Simpson hanging tough on that YZ250. I think he was too hard on himself when I was talking to him in the pits.
Well, and we might be looking at the leaders now. I don't know if Sam pitted or
did he have a bike problem?
We'll have to look at our spotters and ask them if Sam Pritchard. So that is that's Sam in the far right-hand corner. So now the question is if he pitted or if he stayed out longer. And maybe Sam pitted earlier than anybody else.
What a great 1-2-3 battle. Dustin Davis trying to keep the momentum up. Winner from last round. We had a chance to talk to him pre-race. Let's take you to that. The next generation is here, and we know this fine young man has a great mentor because not everybody has a dad who's an AMA Hall of Famer and a 6-time national champion. So congratulations, Dustin. You really coming into your own quicker than a lot of people expected, getting your first NGPC win last round. How were you able to do it so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working hard, and it was a different track than normal, a lot tighter in the bushes, kind of what I'm used to riding. And Sam, he was tough to beat. He definitely put the pressure on me, and so I was able to get a good start, get out front in the early laps, and he applied pressure at the end, and it was a close race, but I was still able to finish with a 15-second lead. So yeah, I was pretty happy about it for sure.
Second in points now, too. And Ty, I know I spoke with you a couple years ago. We knew he was going to be tough. We knew he had a lot of talent. We know you're a great mentor. But did this happen a little quicker than you expected?
Well, it's kind of been on schedule. Last year we had, won a works race. He won a national hare scrambles, which would kind of shocked us, because I expected that at the end of the year, but mid-year he was already winning them. So it was our next goal was to win an NGPC, and so he just kept plugging away, and, he finally pulled it off. So now he's got the momentum going for him and got the confidence, and now he knows he can run with these guys. So that opens up a whole nother world now. So it's going to be some interesting racing the next few rounds.
You led right into my question because my final question for you, this whole new world, you finally get that first win, but take a look at it. Second in points. Is a championship in the realm of possibility here?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone racing wants to win a championship, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I want to just, same goal as always, each round, each start, each race, and that's what I'm going to look forward to it in the upcoming races.
Keep up the good work. Dustin Davis continuing to climb the ranks here in NGPC. Yeah, putting in another great performance today, running second. We'll see if he's got enough time to reel Sam Pritchard in. A lot can happen here. Still 20 minutes left to go, Mark.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing on what he's been able to accomplish this early. It's nice to see somebody come up through the ranks of NGPC and then be able to go into the pro ranks and make a difference right away. So he's doing a great job.
Dustin Davis just continues to get faster. Round in, round out, holding off the YZ250 of Cody Simpson.
Yeah,
right
Cody
now.
Simpson is right there, too. It's kind of hard. You talk about one guy, and then you start thinking about what the other guy's been able to do, and it's pretty amazing what Cody Simpson's been able to do and on his own dime.
I think the track coming around today helped him too. When I spoke to him earlier, it was definitely a mess out there. But this track's in great shape now. We've got a lot to talk about when we return. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Round 5 from Paula, California, Fox Raceway. We'll be back right after this.
Smallest, mediumest, to almost big, too big. Let's run this right now. Let's go, man. I mean, yeah. Oh.
Nobody can get Detta.
I think I hear Detta riding.
Unfiltered joy and the all-new CRF 300F, made by Honda.
Before the gate drops, there's a moment when preparation and confidence merge as one. ASV's S1 Series single pivot adjustable reach levers are forged for maximum strength, backed by a 1-year unconditional guarantee. Because when that moment comes, reliability is everything.
Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen, because after about an hour and 15 minutes of battling, here comes the six-time defending champ with Mason Simmons in his sights. Now, let's give credit to where credit is due. Mason has had a coming-out performance. What a great race. But right now, Mark, look at how that lead has evaporated.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, that Dante can step it up like that and go this late in the race. 17 minutes left. They've just gone. Both of them had pitted. This is what mano-y-mano, knockdown, drag out. Who is the fastest rider right now? Who has it left in the tank that can make this happen? So this is impressive. Like, just when you think, and I'm tempted to say six times, but I can't do it. But it's definitely impressive on what he can do and what he does late in the races, because they have all but dropped Mateo. They have all but dropped Dare, and it's just these two guys up front. And there's always there's always two guys up front, and Dante's always one of them.
So impressive, and this is so similar to what we saw in round 1 and other instances this year where, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Dante just waits back and he's patient. This season, I don't know if maybe there's a change in the program with Dante, if he's changed his racecraft a little bit, but it seems like he has just shown such tremendous patience. And he waits till the very, very end. Speaking of patience,
you can win that motorcycle.
There you go. Tell us all about it,
You can
Mark.
definitely scan that QR code, win that motorcycle. You buy something off of Dante's website, whether it's a hoodie, a shirt, a raffle ticket. You get one raffle ticket for a shirt, one for a hat, and 2 for a hoodie. He says that everything's going great. All he's trying to do is make the money back that he had to buy that bike, because he physically bought that bike from KTM, and he's making up huge amounts of time. So any minute now, I know Mason knows he's there. Any minute, if he can start showing him a wheel, this is when it gets very interesting.
Yes, indeed it does. We've still got a long way to go, and Man, take me inside the head of Mason Semmons. This has to be tough. You had a huge lead that you were battling, and all of a sudden, Dante Olivera closes in. And, hey, big shout out to our buddy Scott Perkins. You got to give the viewers what they want, Mark. You got to show Dante you're not a hater. He told you in his broadcast. He said, I asked him point blank, is Mark Tilley a hater? He said, yes, he definitely is. I was a little surprised to hear that from Dante.
He said it because I'm riding a Kawasaki, not because of that.
He heard you were spreading it the six-time champ. He heard through the pits you were spreading the six-time champ is maybe a little annoying. But, to each their own. He's deserved it. He's deserved the attention. He's deserved something memorable. That's what I tried to deliver. And look at this. Look at the battles he's treated us to. We've watched him do this with Darren DeMartile, Justin Heft, his brother. He just, at the very, very end, he knows what he's got to do. And, boy, if I'm that factory KTM team, I know Dante's got all the time that he needs with 14:25 still remaining on the clock.
Yeah, it's amazing having, he just rises to the occasion. Really, really, really cool to see. And it's great for us. I mean, to be able to call a race like this, and as Mason's been out front the entire time, and now Dante's making that pressure felt, and Mason knows he's there. That's for
Oh, yes, he does. A bobble by Semmons. That lead has evaporated. Dante Olivera now on the back tire of RPM Racing's Mason Semmons out of Australia. How do you regroup? How do you refocus if you're Mason? What do you do at this point? Clearly, he's feeling the anxiety of the six-time being on his rear fender.
Yeah, and it's definitely all mental now. He's got the speed. He's got the endurance. Just can he run? Can he put that out of his mind and just go back to hitting his marks? And, man, it looks like he has. Wow.
Yeah, opened up a little bit of a cushion there in that section, but Dante, again, just showing great patience, not forcing anything, not rushing anything. And that's what makes him great. Very, very calm, very poised. Knows he's got plenty of time on the clock.
Mason really flows through those sections.
He does. It might be one of the sections on track where Mason is a little bit faster than Dante Olivera. I think once we get into the MX section, you got to give the advantage to Dante. He is so fast there. And there's Sam
Pritchard going back to Sam.
Leading in the Pro 2 category. What a great season it's been for him, too. And, it's kind of funny that we're seeing this sequence because what has Sam been contending with for the last couple years? Mason Semmons. If it wasn't for Semmons in Pro 2, Sam might be a multi-time NGPC champion. But right now, he's hunting down his first title. What a great job he's done for Mark Samuels and SLR. I asked Mark, I said, what motivated you to bring him on? He said, I got an eye for talent, and I knew this kid was fast. Mark's got to be very happy with what's going on under his tent this year with Sam Pritchard and Moto KK both leading the points. And we saw Tyler Lane have a great performance today as well. So,
yeah, and we haven't seen, usually you'd be able to see Dustin Davis and Cody Simpson come into the picture. Sam has really pulled out
big
on
time.
those
Look
guys.
at that lead.
So now if we can hold that position right there, there's Dustin Davis. Cody Simpson's still right there. So I don't believe we had seen Sam come in, but he's had to have come in he must have pitted earlier or we just missed it because with only 11 minutes left, I think he'd be out of gas by now.
That YZ250 with the big elephant ears hanging tough. Come on, I hope somebody from Yamaha is watching this. Get behind Cody Simpson.
That's the battle for the lead right back up. Dante able to pull it right back up to Mason's rear wheel. I think you're right. I think he might be a little bit faster than him on the motocross course.
Yeah, this is where Dante shines. He is so fast here. Look at that lead evaporating. Oh, Mason got to check up for the Yamaha finish line. Dante closing in big time. Dante stalking his prey. Can Mason possibly hold him off? We didn't see a white flag that time by either, which may really extend this race. Remember, it will go a minimum of 90 minutes, so we're still waiting to find out if this is the white flag lap. Might not be, Mark. They might be out there a little longer than anticipated as Dante jumps to the inside. All right, so we got 2 to go. 2 to go. And right now, I mean, what's the lap times they're running? About 8 minutes a lap, 7 minutes a lap?
Somewhere right in there.
So it's going to be a little bit, sometimes that happens in NGPC. We say 90 minutes. Remember, it's a minimum of 90 minutes. Sometimes it can be 95, 96 minutes. And I know...
Well, and these guys have come back off the vet track by the pits. Now they're back on... Oh, no, they're still on the vet track right now. So this is the last section of the vet track.
Well, if I'm the RPM racing team of Mason Simmons, I wanted to see white last time by. You want this race to end as soon as possible. Conversely, if you're Banjo and the boys in Team Olivera, you want as much time as possible. They're loving the fact they're going to get a couple more laps here. Dante continuing to close in. I think right there you saw Banjo, talented mechanic of Dante Olivera, put a message down on that pit board. You've got time.
Man, it's definitely impressive how far these guys have pulled out. Dante going around the outside.
Dante really using some different lines here, too. Wow. And that's where I think it speaks to not only...
He didn't know. He almost went down that time.
Dante getting loose. Mason able to open up a little bit of a cushion.
Dante looking for lines to try to make up any time he can.
I hope I didn't jinx him too, because the point that I was trying to make there is this really was a one-line racetrack earlier in the day because of the water. Now Dante's trying different things. It shows you how much the track has dried out, but he found a slick spot. And that's the danger when you get outside the fast groove. You really don't know what you're going to get. Mason Simmons continuing to lead. Can he hang on? Or will the 6-time reel him in? Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching with us as we continue to live stream this great series. We appreciate all the shares, all the likes, and giving these pro racers the exposure they deserve. Fox Raceway, what a host. The Country Club of Motocross. And there is Sam Prachira. And here comes Moto KK, lot going on. Dustin Davis right behind Moto KK. Comes the YZ250.
Yeah, top three in the 250 Pro class, all right within seconds of each other. But this battle for first is, these guys got nerves of steel. This is Dante reeling back in. He seems to pull up on Mason in the beginning part of this section.
Oh! Mistake by Mason. Here comes Dante to the outside. Does he have enough room? Dante right on the rear fender of Mason Simmons. Here comes Dante to the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, we have fought hard for over an hour and 20 minutes. And now, with just about a lap and a half to go, Dante Olivera putting the heat on Mason Simmons. You know, again, you said nerves of steel, and that is definitely the phrase to describe Mason, because I have got to give him credit. How many times has he been vulnerable and he hasn't blinked? He's made a few bobbles and Dante's creeped up on him, but Mason has been able to recover. I think a racer with more anxiety, or a racer who would potentially panic in those situations, would have given it up. He hasn't given up a thing.
Well, it seems like every time he makes that mistake, he kind of regroups, like you said, and then pulls back out a little bit. So definitely strong mentally, and I mean, to be able to save that, strong physically as well.
Yes, indeed. And check this out.
He's pulling it back out just a little bit. It seems like that's when he goes, I gotta go.
Whoa! Look at. Gosh, it seems like on some of those straightaways back on the off-road section, it's amazing how far he's pulling away from Dante. Because you got to believe, I talked about Dante's patience, but now with the lap and a half, Dante's got to know it's go time. I got to catch this guy.
Oh, here's the battle for the 250 class as well.
How did this happen? Did Prachira make a mistake, or has Davis just turned it up on that zip tie racing Husqvarna? We got ourselves a showdown. Honda versus Husky, SLR versus zip tie. We got great racing all over this track, Mark.
Yeah, you kind of want the split screen on both going on.
I know,
We need that split screen on both of the both of the top pro classes going into a lap and a half left. Wow, don't know which one to go back to. These guys are all over each other.
Unbelievable. Dante Olivera
around the outside.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the lead. Say hello to your new leader, the six-time defending AMA and NGPC champion. Mason takes down a banner showing signs of frustration. And even Mason right now saying, gosh, what do you got to do to stop this guy? Give Mason a ton of credit. Tip the cap to him. But Dante Olivera is gone. Man, how do you stop Dante Olivera?
And now we're going to see if Mason can regroup and try to make it back around. He's been out front the entire race and hasn't really had to ride behind anybody. But can he go to work? Can he find out where Dante's faster? Can he make a pass back?
Will Dante show us he's human? Could he make a mistake here in the last lap and a half? We shall see. Tremendous battle to close this one up. Dante Olivera, your new leader. It took him 1 hour and 26 minutes, but he just put his head down and continued to have an Olivera-esque day. Unbelievable. Mason Simmons, let's not sleep on him, though. He has shown he's faster than Dante in sections. Can he make this thing a race? Can he close in? We got a lap traffic as well. That could play a big factor in this. Coming up on a few lappers. It's not over just yet. Oh, great job, though, by that lapped rider to get off. Heads up move. And nobody happier than Dante Olivera over that. Great racing by the veteran racers here. Dante using every inch of real estate at Fox Raceway, inside, outside. How much of an advantage is it for Dante now, though, to be able to take his line of choice? Doesn't have to experiment, doesn't have to go outside or try different things to catch Mason. He can now use his line.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with how fit he is and how confident he is with his program. Because right now, I think he's just trying to go as fast as he possibly can. And it looks like Sam has pulled it out a little bit on Dustin Davis. So definitely Sam rising to that occasion. Maybe he made a mistake in the moto section, was able to now pull it back out once we get to the off-road section.
Yeah, Sam on it now. He has found another gear. It's kind of like, marathon runners talk about that kick at the end. It's great to see these finely conditioned athletes really turn it up for the last few minutes.
Dante's definitely got one hell of a kick.
He sure does. He sure does, and he's a chess player. We could see it. We saw it develop. That lead was massive at one point. I mean, it'd be like
we're going to see if this is the white flag. Do we see a white flag out? And it is. I see a white flag out.
The white flag
This is the last lap.
Look at Mason, though.
Mason knows that this is where he's got to go.
And there's a lapper in the way. Dante, though, stretching his legs here. He's fast on the motocross section. Does Mason have any tricks up his sleeve? Mason wants to win in the 450 class so badly. Has not yet podium in the 450 after dominating the 250s for 2 straight seasons. He was untouchable in that category, and now he has shown us all why he is a legitimate threat, a legitimate championship contender here in the 450 class. Plagued with bad luck first few races, he is shaking it off. He's still got a chance to win this thing, but he's hoping for an Olivera mistake. We don't get those often. We have seen him in the past, though, occasionally. Dante will show us he's human. Saw him, I think, in recent memory, a couple years ago, made a mistake at the top of the hill at Glen Helen. Let somebody by. But those Dante free passes don't come off.
Yeah, no, they definitely don't. And Mason's pushing. Mason's really pushing hard.
Fans loving it here who have stuck around on a cold, blustery day, overcast day here at Fox Raceway. A great day for racing, though. Pit board coming out. I'd love to know what it says.
No, knowing Pit Boss Bob, it's time to step up.
Time to step up. Well, we'll see.
That's Mateo. That's the distance that they've put on.
They just left the
third
field.
place.
I don't know where Dare DeMartille is. Dare had such a great run here last year, but today it was all about orange. Right down the street from their headquarters in Temecula, California. I'm sure some of the KTM brass here. You never know who's going to show up when you race in SoCal. Like I said, the great Rhino, Ryan Hughes, here with us watching the race today. Great to have him in the house. But everybody has got to be impressed with this young man. Perfect season, intact. Going to have to ask our AMA NGPC stats experts as well. You may know, Mark, has there been a perfect season in the 450s
I don't know.
in the Open Pro class? I know Dante's been close. Every year that I've covered the series, I think at least it's just one round. Somebody's edged him out. Talked about that mistake at Glen Helen, and then talked about that man, Dare DeMartille. He's been able to get a win. Cole Martinez won here a couple years ago for SLR Honda. There have been other winners. Tyler Lynn has won a race, but it's been few and far between.
Yeah, and with this, it's pretty impressive with this talented field in the 450 class that anybody has a shot at winning all of them, and Dante's able to do it. And here's last lap going into with the pro class, with the 250 pros, and then now we switch back to the 450. So that's Dustin Davis right there, running second, and then that was third with Cody Simpson. So top three still right on each other in the 250 class. The 450 class, we've been reporting on Dante passing Mason Simmons last lap with a lap and a half to go, and they are battling it out in the off-road section right now.
What a day of racing it has been, and we still got about half a lap left to go. Can Dante Olivera continue to hold off Mason Simmons here at this 39th annual Fox Raceway Grand Prix? Shamrocks doing a great job. Everybody from NGPC doing a great job. After this, we'll turn our attention to Glen Helen Raceway. Hope to see each and every one of you at MotoFest. That's going to be epic, but hold on.
Mason's not done yet.
Mason not done. Talked about how mentally tough he is, and I think that is evident right now. No quit in this young man from Australia. His family watching on from far away, from down under, hoping their baby boy can come home with a victory here. It's not over yet. These two KTMs going to war. And I do believe earlier in the day we saw Dante Olivera make a slight bobble in this section. Could he do it again? Mason Simmons has been fast here too. This is where he started to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, Precision Concepts got his suspension working really good.
Really good.
Definitely shout out to those guys, but man, he's right there. He didn't let him. Dante usually gets by people and just drops them, and you can tell he's charging.
He has really hung with him. No matter what happens today, Simmons has got to be very pleased with this performance. But the question remains, the one that we ask every single race for the last 6 years: how do you stop Dante Olivera?
And he had the answer for him in the first hour and a half for sure.
He really did.
So
he really did. Dante with that microfiber towel too. I don't even think he's had to use it. I know a lot of the mechanics were setting up Brillo pads and different things on the crossbar and all kind of different tricks in case their rider would get a wet glove. But as for Mason and Dante, they've been able to keep it on two wheels. The track's really come around. As you can see, muddy roost, not really a factor. It's actually become a bit dusty, especially in this section. Look at how dry this section is now.
Yeah.
And shout out to NGPC. They did a great job delaying the race a little bit to let the sunshine dry things out and let some more bikes get out there. They gave the pros a great track.
Man, this is so impressive watching these guys push like this on the last lap.
Yeah, they're probably, I'd love to know the lap times here. They're probably going just as fast as they were on lap 1.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
That's amazing. Anybody who's ever ridden a dirt bike at a high level knows you're still going as fast as you were on minute 90, on minute 1. That's impressive.
Oh,
wait.
Dante making a little bit of a mistake there. And
can Mason capitalize? Mason's super fast in this section. I think this straightaway coming up is where Mason was able to pull away a little bit. Let's see if Mason grabs a handful and is able to close in. Dante out of here, though. Dante's really enjoying being out front. You can tell. Two-time. Looking back. A look back. It's been that kind of day. Even the 6-time champ going to look back, see how much of a cushion he has. Mason Simmons giving it everything he's got on that KTM 450. What a great race for him here today. Might have closed up just a little bit, but I don't know that it's going to be enough. Dante seems to be back in beast mode. Man, Dante Olivera looking to try to win his 5th race of this young season. Dante looks back. I think he's feeling it now. Very, very impressive. And again, big shout out to his new mechanic this year. I talked about it in the interview. It was a big change over there with Bobby Dawson, his longtime mechanic, going over to Team Husqvarna, and his brother Mateo going over to Team Husky. Normally those two pitted under the same tent, and the familiarity with a longtime mechanic, you'd think that breaking that may affect them, but it certainly hasn't. And Banjo comes over from the GNCC series, doesn't miss a beat. Sets up the 6-time champ, gives him a great bike, especially on a day like today, too. To triple check everything, Dante with the Dunlop MX-34s out there, hooking up very well here today.
Yeah, this is I'm not talking. This is amazing to watch. Like, to see two guys go this fast for this long and then go faster the last 2 laps is just amazing.
Look at that, whipping it out, feeling good. Ladies and gentlemen, through the chute, say hello to your champ, the 6-time defending NGPC champion, Dante Olivera. But a big pat on the back. Great show of sportsmanship, and let's give credit to where credit is due, because the 418 just had the ride of his life, and he showed everybody, yes indeed, I can hang with the champ in the Open Pro category.
You kind of look at that and you think, what's it going to take to beat Dante? Mason just did everything that it would take to beat anybody. Anybody except for Dante. Dante rise to the occasion. I mean, the pit stop, the pit was amazing. The riding was amazing. Everything was awesome in that day. Dante just dug a little bit deeper, and that's just crazy impressive.
It is impressive. As right now, Dante, that's his lovely wife down there. As I said, they've got their baby, Vinny. Cute as can be, only 7 months old. He comes to every single race. His new mechanic, Banjo, out there with the knit cap. Kurt from NGPC, who does a great job, and also with the Shamrocks. Our president of NGPC, Mr. Rooney, down there as well, and all the folks from KTM.
Now,
very, very happy.
Now all we got to do is look to see what about the Pro
2 class.
2 class. What about that 250 class?
How about Trevor Hunter, too, getting it done? I think he scored the win in his category. Great job by him. And the way the Grand Prix finish works, when the leader comes off, you come off. So Trevor was in perfect position to not extend his race.
Maybe that's why he was jumping up and down.
Here is a man who's still got a few more turns left to go, but the Mother F SLR Honda CRF 250 of Sam Prechira trying to get another big win for Mark Samuels.
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to the Mother F bar. I've been munching on one in here lately.
You've had like 6 of them,
and
man.
It made it to where I'm able to call this stuff. So I didn't get to race, but this is my adrenaline rush for the weekend, because watching these guys run up front, definitely a really cool thing. And I'm not hungry anymore. I had my one bar, and I'm going to be able to get down on the podium. And I don't know what to ask these guys. I'm in awe of what we just watched with so many people up front. Sam being able to lay it down in the 250 class, and I think he's going to be able to come through the winner. But Dustin Davis up there, not very far back. I mean, he's a turn back. And then Cody Simpson on that YZ 250, backed by Simi Valley Cycles, is right there as well. So great racing all the way around.
Well, I know you should ask Dante. You should ask him, am I a hater? Because I don't want to give away, but I think I might have saw Mark Tilley pound his fist under the table when Dante passed me. I'm not trying to stop. I might have seen it. I don't know. Might have been showing a little hometown cooking for Mason Simmons. We're going to have to get it straight down there at the podium, but here comes Samuel Prechira.
What I want to see Dante say it 6 times. I think you need to go down and interview those guys, and
Winner.
Dante needs to say it.
Winner in the 250 category, Samuel Prechira. Dustin Davis coming home with a second. Look at this, 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Battle. I know, amazing, right? There's something to talk about on the podium. A 95-minute battle, and they're separated by mere seconds. Drag race till the end. Prechira, Davis, Cody Simpson. What happened to Cole Zeller? Not sure. Well, hopefully everything's okay over there, and we'll see if Moto KK brings it home for a win. That'll be 2 wins for Team Mother F. What a great race it was. We are not done just yet, guys. Stay with us. We'll be back to wrap it all up and talk to our podium finishers as this live stream presented by Honda. We'll be back right after this.
This did not happen by accident. It's more than just stocking shelves. This is 40 years of breakthroughs, hard work, and pushing limits. Always striving to be better. Because greatness doesn't quit. Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
I'm Jeremy McGrath, and I trust Maxxis tires. It's the only way I roll.
What a great day of racing it was. Wow, Mark, I know you're a race fan just like me, and all you can ask for is a competitive, thrilling affair, and this one delivered. 90-plus minutes of racing and multiple classes. We weren't separated by much at the finish line.
Yeah, no, and if you would have asked me from the very beginning of the day, if this kind of racing, we'd have got this kind of racing at the end of the day, it's pretty amazing that there is in the 250 class. Everybody finished within a couple seconds of each other. In the 450 class, a couple seconds from the top two. So, I mean, amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You couldn't ask for better racing. Dante Olivera, again, bringing it out at the very end. And Mason Simmons just making things happen, but just couldn't close the deal. I mean, amazing. Like, I literally have to go down and interview these guys, and I just want to go, tell me what it was like from your point of view, because I know what it was like from my point of view. It was awesome.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's a movie. It's a theme we have seen so many times before. I've seen Dare get out and run away with this thing for an hour and 20 minutes. I've seen Justin Heft run away with this thing for an hour and 20 minutes, and it's always the same story that Dante's patience pays off. And he never seems to panic. He never seems to override. I think that's really what separates him from a lot of the competitors out there, that even when he sees, I noticed when he saw a few mistakes in front of him, he didn't force anything. He just waited till the time was right. And that's got to be a hard skill to acquire. That's got to be the confidence of winning 6 consecutive championships.
Yeah, well, and it definitely is a hard skill to acquire, because he's the only one that's got it. Like, there isn't anybody else out there right now that has that kind of skill, has that kind of racecraft. To be able to do that is, I mean, it's flat out amazing. Yeah. Like, it's definitely one of those things to where you always strive to have that. And I mean, but then we're seeing all the people coming up from the 250 class, and even in the women's class. It's great racing to watch.
Dante reminds me of a great quarterback in the fourth quarter. Like Tom Brady, right? His time's running out with chasing a lead. He's not forcing bad throws. He's not making bad decisions. Punts if he must, and gets that ball back, and at the last possible second takes the lead. We'll give you the unofficial results right now. Dante Olivera on top, 127.53. That means officially by 4 seconds, edges out Mason Simmons of Australia, who had a tremendous ride. Both those guys coming in about 2 minutes ahead of Mateo. That was a heck of a lead. They were able to stretch out. Tyler Lynn did a great job closing things in. He will be fourth today. Derek DeMartile coming home with another top 5. Congratulations to him. Giacomo Redondi, who stepped up on his backup bike, coming home in the 6th spot. Big shout out to Dalton Shiree, the Desert Star, who told me admittedly wasn't sure how he would do in the mud today. He comes home with the 7th. Hayden Flores able to come home 8th, and look at that, guys. According to our results, officially unofficial at this point, but it's all DNFs after that, which shows you just how brutal and tough this track was, as expected. Bit of a bike killer, but top 8 certainly deserved it, certainly worked hard for it. But again, Dante Olivera showing us why he is one of the most talented dirt bike racers alive today. I can't wait to see him at the Outdoor Motocross Series later on this year. And at 6 days, talked about, he's told us many times in the interviews, that's what he really wants. He wants a 6 days win. And we'll see if this is the year that he can get it, because he is the one and only 6-time defending AMA NGPC champion. I believe we are ready down at the podium. I'll wait. Our own Mark Tilley is down there. Mark, let's talk to our podium finishers.
All right, Jack, we're down here on the podium. 3rd place, Mateo, charged early, saw you get by your brother, saw you get into 2nd place, and then kind of forward progress went by. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it was good. I had a decent start and then got swallowed up that first lap. The boys were moving, had to regroup, gather myself again. Then I put on a pretty good charge, passed my brother. He made a little mistake casing a jump, and then snuck around the inside of Dare. And then that same lap I got my brother, I hammered past Tyler, and I was feeling good. I had good pace, and I was riding well in those first four laps. But yeah, a little frustrated. These two got away with me. Podiums are good, but I want to win a damn race. I'm pretty annoyed right now, so got to find that extra little bit that these boys had that last 30 minutes and just keep trying, keep showing up.
All right, well, who would you like to thank for getting you here?
My girlfriend for taking care of me all weekend, mechanic Tanner, Travis for coming out yesterday on his day off from WP and giving me a new fork setting and just busting his butt all the time. I appreciate it. The whole Rockstar Energy Husqvarna team, Pro Taper, Dunlop, the Shamrocks crew for busting their butt all weekend, and the whole NGPC crew for giving us a place to race.
All right, well, congratulations on third place. It was a great race to watch. So we're going to come right. We're not going to wait because we want to talk to these guys. So we're going to come over here. Second place, Mason. This is the kind of ride that we've been waiting for you. We know this is the kind of ride that you've wanted to have from the very beginning. Take us through your race.
Yeah, for sure. That was a good race. I got there right at the end of the first lap and just try to hit my marks for as long as I could, and end up pulling a little gap, and I knew old Dante was going to be coming up at some point, and I felt like we were pretty even for a long time, and unfortunately just had a little tip over, and he got on the back of me, but man, I'm stoked with that ride. It's I needed that. I've been wanting that all year, obviously, and this one feels good.
So you did have a little bit of tip over. We didn't get to see that. We saw the amazing pit stop, like how fast that pit stop was. That was, you might need to give him a little bit of a pat on the back, but amazing pit stop. So was it after the pit stop that you tipped over, or when was it?
Yeah, it was after the pit stop. Dante pitted a lap earlier than me, and then I pitted, and then that gap was pretty the same before he actually pitted. So unfortunately just had a little tip over. But that's racing, it's learning. It's I was pushing my hardest, and the mistakes happen. So obviously Dante was riding well, and I really wanted to beat it today. But it's my first podium in this series, so I can't be too upset.
Well, it was definitely fun for us to call. It was fun for everybody to watch. Who would you like to thank for getting you here?
Yeah, the whole RPM KTM racing team. Without Mike taking a gamble on me a couple of years ago, I wouldn't be standing here today. So thanks to him, Cameron for all his work, Andrew, my mum's here this weekend, and Shaz. So awesome to have them here, and just everyone else is associated with the team. Andrew, Bob and the fuel can, Bob Bell, Precision Concepts, and just all my sponsors, man. This is starting to get the ball rolling.
All right, well, congratulations on second place. Hopefully we see you up here a lot more. Looks like you got that confidence back, so good luck with that. And we're going to move over. I've been told that I'm a hater now of the sixth time. Not a hater, because when you are winning it that much, you got to get all the accolades that you deserve. This was another one of those races. We always look at it and go, he always seems to make it to the checkered flag first. I don't know how you do it. It's amazing. There's not very many people that have this kind of racecraft, but take us through your mind when you're doing this. Time is counting down, and you got to make it to the front. What's Dante thinking?
It's the job. Got to make it happen. Got to get it done, and made it tough on myself today. Got a great start, and then just dilly-dallied and landed in some deep spots here and there. Made some dumb lines and got past a few times and ran fifth for the first half, but took a while to get comfortable. Once I did find my flow, it felt really good with the track, and just hammered down one rider after another, and then eventually up front and cut it close. It was I think I caught him with 3 to go, and it was a hard battle. I was definitely pumped up there at the end, but we made it happen, and that's all that counts.
Well, when you're trying to make a pass on somebody like Mason, with a lap and a half to go, you kind of forced it by a little bit. Where do you find that next gear? When you're looking at it, you're going flat out for that long, and then you got to go faster because he's not going to give up. How do you do that?
It's a sick pass, actually.
Yeah. I honestly have no clue. I'm just going, I'm moving. I don't want anybody to beat me no matter who it is. And I made it close a couple times, but there's a switch that flicks, and you see a little pocket and you go for it. So I kind of try and set it up here and there, but sometimes you just gotta run it in. And I actually almost got I think Lynn there, my brother, and then Mason. I finally made it happen, but I tried setting Mateo up 2 or 3 times going into that section, and then finally I was able to make it stick. But I don't know. at that point we had a big gap and we were both going down, so it was all right.
Well, it's amazing to watch. It's fun to watch you guys just battle it out. Who would you like to thank for getting you here?
The whole FMF Red Bull KTM team, my lady, my family, friends for cheering us on, Grand Prix squad putting on a sick event, Dunlop Tires, IMS Tank, everybody behind this bike. Thanks to them. Shout out to Banjo and the whole team.
All right, Jack, well, there you have it from the top 3 in the 450 open class. Now we're going to come back to you, and then we're going to come back down here for the 250 class as well.
Olivera. And again, congratulations to all of our podium finishers. Simmons, Olivera, great job, guys. Congratulations. What a show it was. Round number 5. Can't wait to see what happens when we get to Glen Helen in a couple weeks for MotoFest. It was a battle. One more race to go before we head to summer break here. It is, I got to tell you, the 2026 campaign has been a thriller, and Paula lived up to the hype. Thank you so much, Fox Raceway, for hosting us as we give you a look at the women's results right now. Moto KK, Michaela Nielsen coming home on top of the box. Looks like Ava not far behind, according to our live timing and scoring. Ava about 30 seconds behind. Great job by her. Dana Rayner also coming home on top of the box. She's been doing a wonderful job for that young lady who just seems to get quicker and faster each time out. She wasn't too far behind Ava Sylvestri. Great job by the ladies. And I always say it, I'd love to see more female competitors out here in the pro ranks. So come on out. If you're watching this from afar, come join the fun. That is for sure. What a battle it was, though, guys. It was soggy, saturated, waterlogged, and swampy, but we made it through, and a lot of that credit goes to those gentlemen you see out there in the green vests. That is our presenting club, the Shamrocks MC, doing a great job with us here this weekend. Thank you guys so much. This place was unrecognizable about 4 hours ago as we bring some of the ATVs out on the racetrack right now. Track's in great shape. It's really not that bad. It was nasty earlier this morning, but everybody rolled up their sleeves, went to work. I know that first moto, when they dropped the gates, we should have been live streaming that one. You guys wouldn't have believed it. There were just crashes all over this racetrack. People couldn't get through. It was tough sledding, but it really came around towards the end of the day. Fox Raceway, what a tremendous event it was. Big thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors, too, for supporting this live stream. We really appreciate it. Remember, support those who support the sport. Precision Concepts, TBT Racing, Guts Racing, 1-800-DENT-DOC, ASV, and Skaggs Racing, our drone sponsor, here for the 5th round of the Rocky Mountain ATV MC NGPC Series, presented to you by FMF, hosted by Shamrocks MC. And I think our lovely ladies down there on the podium are about ready, and I think we're ready to send it down to Mark Tilley. Take it away, Mark.
All right, Jack, we're back down here on the podium with Dana Rayner. Second year pro, first year doing these consistently, though. So take us through your race. What happened through your eyes?
I don't know. My first lap was pretty buns, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, second lap, I believe I got a flat. Didn't do a moose because, I don't know, I just wanted that extra weight off, you know. So everything was good. Just fork guard or whatever that is just came off the first lap. And I was like, what the heck? So started flopping around, got caught in the tire once, had to stop. But it is what it is. Overall, I did pretty good.
So who helps you get to the races? Who helps you with your program?
My mom and my dad, for sure. And I don't know, IWC helps me with my tires. Knuckles Up helps me a lot with bike prep and sponsoring me, getting me out there. So, yeah.
So are you doing NGPC series, or is there other series you're doing? Are you going to do any of the women's pro races, or what's your plans in the near future?
I want to do WMX eventually, but I don't think I'm that good to, because it's a lot of money. So I don't know, maybe. I do works also. So
you're getting ready to make that trek up to Washington?
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
All right, well, congratulations on third. against these ladies is definitely a feat. Who else would you like to thank for getting you here?
Wicked, Go Fast Girls, River Racks, Rad, Maxis, IWC, Knuckles Up, and everyone else. Thank you.
All right, well, congratulations. Hope to see you at the next round. We're going to walk over here to second. Ava Sylvestri, now you have been setting the world on fire when it comes to winning in a lot of different disciplines this year with NGPC, West Hare Scrambles, the National Hare and Hound. I know because I get to write about it. Mark sends me the photos, and then I get to write about it. So congratulations on all that success. Take us through your race today.
It was good. I was sleeping on the gate, and they both got a better jump than me, and then I actually was like, oh, I could just check up and cut underneath both of them, because I think, we probably all watched the starts from earlier and we're like, oh, definitely don't let off the gas, because everybody was going over the bars. But after that, I basically got the whole shot, and then I was not ready for the conditions on the moto track, but I kept it pretty close for the most part, and then I pitted around, I think, like lap 4 or something, and then was like, all right, okay, I pitted. I gave up time during that. I got to make it back up, and instead of making it back up, I was rolling all over the ground that lap after. But, it was all right. I figured out how to ride again at the end, and I felt good at the beginning, felt good at the end. Just I got to kink out some things in the middle. But, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. That's the highest I've probably finished within, the top 250A guys, and they're going pretty good. So I'm pretty happy about that. So you can't really be mad about really anything. It's a good ride. It's just a second place ride.
Well, I'm happy about you being happy, because usually on the podium you're down on yourself, but you're doing great this year. Lots of wins, lots of success. So who would you like to thank for help getting you here?
Of course, first and foremost, my family. They do a lot for me, and the whole Norman Racing team, Husqvarna, Precision Concepts, Racer Decal, 395 Motorsports, FMF, Blood Lubricants, Troy Designs, Oakley Goggles, everyone else, thank you. And shout out to Sam. Finally got the win today. I'm super happy for him, so good job.
Well, it's great to see you smiling, great to see you doing well, and look forward to seeing you at the next round. What is next for you?
Well, and then I think, in the next couple weeks, I'm working on finishing up the process of getting my WMX license approved, and going to do that this summer and try something new. I'm excited for that, but definitely excited for the East Coast rounds. I don't know about the first 3.
All right, well, we'll definitely be rooting you on, and we're going to come over here to Miss Moto KK. Now, you had some trouble at the last round. Ava actually just flat out beat you. So what made you, or how did you rebound for this round and then go out to get the win?
I probably could ride this track with my eyes closed. I train on it all the time for WMX, and I knew I would be better just in the motor section, and I just wanted to take my time in the rocks. I know you can lose a lot of time falling in there, so I honestly just kind of put the gas on everywhere else and just was patient in the rocks, and I feel like that saved me time. And once I kind of learned the track, I thought it was going to be a lot muddier than it was. Once I kind of learned it, I put down a couple laps and then just honestly managed from there. I was just trying to have fun with it, and it honestly felt like a long race, but no, it was fun and a short course. But yeah, I'm glad to do it here at a track that I know, and I've just been training for WMX, so I'm glad to get this one out of the way. One more, and then on summer break and on to WMX.
So now, did you set up your bike any different than you normally would for the extra water that Mother Nature gave us?
No, I knew it would be hard to set up a bike during yesterday's practice, and I knew it was probably going to weigh different for here. So I don't know, it's just like run what you got. So I just managed and rode the bike how it would feel. So honestly, didn't really do much practice.
All right, well, who would you like to thank for getting you here?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my sister, my boyfriend Parker for coming out. The whole SLR Honda team, they've been at it and really kicking butt for me with doing both off-road and WMX. So I couldn't ask for a better team, and I'm excited for this summer and the last round before break. So yeah, we're killing it.
All right, well, good luck at the WMX this summer, and we look forward to seeing you. Maybe get another win like you did last year. That would be great. So Jack, back to you, and we're going to come back with the 250 pros.
Thank you very much, Mark. And I think, we can count on that. Moto KK definitely going to get a win in the WMX Series. It'll be great to see Ava out there as well. And I love Dana shooting for the stars. So, Dana Rayner, keep it up. I think you are fast enough to. You got two great mentors in front of you with Ava and Michaela. That is for sure. We have some fast ladies out here. They are awesome, uber talented on dirt bikes for sure. And they put on a good show as always. Great job. Honda coming home first, pair of Husqvarnas, 2 and 3, our podium finishers. As we give you a look at the scenic, vibrant surroundings of Paula, California, and we await our Pro 2 finishers. What a battle it was in that class, too. That future of NGPC is strong because that pipeline, that talent coming is amazing. Samuel Pretschira did such a great job getting back on top of the box. 139.28 technically where he finishes at. Not far behind is the winner last round, Dustin Davis, showing us that he is indeed a legitimate championship contender. How about Cody Simpson on the Yamaha YZ250? Great job for him out of Barstow, California. Cole Zeller comes home fourth. Noah Gordon with the top 5. Lane Lorenzo finishes 6th. Cowboy Colton Eck, 7th. That's good news. Good news. We heard the Cowboy suffered a crash earlier on, but he was able to finish. So great news there. Hope everything's okay with Colton. JJ Concannon, 8th. David Fry, 9th. And Tank Sumners rounding out your top 10 from Ridgecrest, California, as we give you a look at unofficial results here. NGPC, round number 5 from Paula, California. What a race it was for this live stream presented to you by Honda. As I said before, a couple weeks from now, we'll be at the big Moto Fest. I'll have to talk to Mark Tilley about that one. I know we're very, very excited and very excited to see each and every one of the NGPC racers there. Get there early, stay the whole weekend. You're going to see a lot of Pro MX riders joining the fray, taking a shot at that $100,000. A lot of cool festivities going down all throughout the weekend. A couple bands playing. It's going to be a big, big week of dirt bike racing at Glen Helen Raceway. And speaking of big-time dirt bike racing, Mark Tilley has our podium finishers in the Pro 2 category. Let's send it down to Mark.
All right, Jack, back down here on the podium for the final time. Cody Simpson, I don't even know what to say. Like, you've made such huge gains in the last year and a half with your program, with losing the weight, with doing everything. You're putting a YZ250 on the box on a regular basis. Had a chance to win this race. We need to find you some sponsors. We need to find you. Yamaha needs to do something. We got to do something with you. But take me through your race today.
Man, I had a killer race out there. I got a really good start on the bone stock YZ252 stroke, and man, I kept the boys on their toes this weekend, and I'm stoked to do that and stoked to keep her on the box.
So how is it when you're running with these guys? You're running, I mean, you guys, for an hour and a half, you ran 3 seconds apart or something like that. Like, what's going through your mind when you're doing this? Like, hey, I'm here, I'm doing this, I have a chance to win. What's the mindset?
Just never give up. You know, anything could happen out there, a tip over, a bobble, you know, you could always capitalize on every little mistake. So just never give up. And Gainslinger Human Performance has me prepared every weekend, able to charge on the last couple laps, and super grateful for that.
All right, so who would you like to thank for getting you here?
The whole Simi Valley Cycles crew, Gary Gardner, my girlfriend Cadence, my dad especially, man. You know, he busts his butt off to get me here. And Wonder Electric, FMF, TBT, SXS, Gainslinger Human Performance, FLD, Dirt Digits, IMS, and everyone else. Thank you so much.
So now MotoFest is coming up next, and there is a pro class there for motocross. I think that off-road riders are tougher than motocross riders, but will we see you in any of those showcases?
You might see me there on Thursday. I have to travel up to Jericho, Utah for National Hare and Hound for Saturday, then travel all night to race the NGPC on Sunday, so it'll be a fun one.
So we won't see you in any of the money races. I was looking forward to that, but so good luck in that as well. But congratulations on another podium finish. And if you're looking for a rider to sponsor out there, Cody's doing it on his own. Look for something to do. Give him a call. We're gonna come over here, Dustin Davis. Setting the pro world on fire right now, doing great. You're winning races left and right. You had a shot at winning this one. Take us through your race.
Yeah, I mean, I got a good start. Completely forgot about the mud. Just got all squirrely, but we held it together. And yeah, it was a good race. The rocks are gnarly, and they definitely kept me on my toes the whole race. You know, tried to give a last-minute push to Sam. It was a good try, but wasn't enough. So overall, yeah, I'm really happy.
So now last year you got close to a podium here. I think you might even got a podium here. But lately you've been going for wins. Have you changed your program at all? Is it just consistency? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I've changed my program a little bit, but that was the goal last year as well. It's just my first year racing pro. A lot of it was mental, and it was a tough year, that's for sure. But rebounding with this year and hope to keep it going.
So there is, like I told Cody, there is a pro class for money races and everything at MotoFest. That's not that far away. Are we going to see you in any of those races?
Probably not. I'd like to try to do Loretta's this year, so I have to stay intermediate.
Okay, then I can understand that. So who would you like to thank for getting you here?
I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Zip Tie Racing, everybody at Husqvarna, Bob and Crystal from CNC Tile, Seat Concepts, Fly Racing, X-Pro and Goggles, Maxxis Tires, Pro Circuit, AME Grips, G2. Yeah, and just everybody that helps me out. Thank you so much.
All right, well, congratulations on second. We're going to come over here to Sam. Sam, do you have family here too? Did you have family fly in, or is it just Mason's family?
No, it's just Mason's family, but yeah, I'm sure Mum and Dad are watching from home. So yeah, you know, they tune in every weekend. It's good with the live stream.
So now I know I got to eat one of those mother F bars, and it was keeping me going when I was watching you guys do this. So I'm sure that Mark Samuels has you eating on those too, but take me through your race.
Yeah, no, I was decent enough start, and then yeah, I started clicking some laps off and just trying to find the lines, you know, and it's a little tricky at first. You got to try and scope everything out, and then I found a few lines and made one pass, and then I got a message to pit, and I was like, well, there's no point pitting now because I'm pretty sure I can get in the lead right now. So I just went for an extra lap and put one big sprint in, and it was enough to get me a fuel stop ahead, and then I just kind of, I led from there up until the end. So it was good. I'm just trying to ride a lot calmer. I feel like I've thrown a lot of races away this year from riding over my head, and just trying to push to the front too quick. I think it's important to try and just manage. So yeah, and these guys are riding great, so you can't just you can't just pass them and go. Like, you've got to be smart about it. You got to know when once you pass, you got something else coming back. So you got to be really smart about it, and just try and race forward.
Well, now I know you're just wanting to race every chance you get because that's just what you do. What about MotoFest? Will you be racing in some of those pro classes, or are you just going to keep it on the off-road side?
We'll see. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll find out. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But at the moment, I'm not planning on it, so we'll see.
So it sounds like you got to ask permission if you can do that. So who would you like to thank for getting you here?
Just the whole SLR Honda team. Those guys put in so much effort, and everyone in my corner. It really makes a big difference on the race weekends. It's makes my job a lot easier. So I just like to thank the whole crew, all the mechanics, Carlos, Juan, Lil Tony. They do an amazing job, and the whole team. It's a great dynamic.
All right, well, there you have it. There's the top three in the pro class. Back to you, Jack.
Thank you so much, Mark, and thank you to all of our great racers, our staff, Shamrocks, AMA, NGPC, everybody who toughed it out this weekend. We took every curveball Mother Nature threw at us, and we dealt it some great racing in the end. Thank you guys very, very much. Look forward to seeing each and every one of you at MotoFest coming up in a couple weeks. Glen Helen Raceway. Again, make sure you check out the amateur race that we did earlier on the Racing Jack YouTube channel. But what an event it was. And how about it? Our 6-time champion, Dante Olivera, flexing his muscles once again. It was a show. For Mark Tilley, I'm Jack Ravella. We'll see you in a couple weeks at MotoFest. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.